What is up, everybody? Welcome to God Mode, our Friday night Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Spelljammer inspired stream. We are playing Twixt Tales, Devils in the Details, our roleplay heavy Intrigue campaign. Thank you all for stopping by and joining us. What's up, Anna? What's up, Mystic? What's up, Mousy? How are you all doing? As well as any lurkers out there. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jaso / the Wizard / the DM GM, and who else is joining me on this fine Friday evening?
Hey guys, it's Bailey. I am playing Karma Tycoon, your tiefling eloquence bard.
Hey, it's Luke. I'm playing Raphael, the Aasimar Inquisitor, Witchfinder Errant. That's a bard warlock.
What's up? My name's Kevin, and I'm playing Monifa Sonara, your Tabaxi rogue monk.
What's up, everybody? I'm Brian or Slim, and I'll be playing Cassius Auditor, an undead Pact of the Tome Warlock.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I play Obese Shaoun. He's a Twilight Cleric, which is easy for me to say. I am best bodyguard on Halcyon. I stop attack in big floppy tongue. Hello.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye. We're turning stream off.
Wait.
Hey guys, I'm Amanda. I play Alloy, the Tabaxi Artificer. Can I get a meow?
Meow!
Yeah, I like it.
Hey everybody, I'm Nick, and I play Vip Maxworth, Feyfolk Ranger, and Best Salesman in all of the Twixt. And Master P is going to protect me from dying in hell. I hope.
I think that will be me, but we'll see.
And LBs, Big Red, Master P, everything in between.
No, just me.
Demons, that means. Everything in between me and the demons.
No. Hello, Will. You almost made me call him Master P. I wasn't able to forgive myself.
Father, feel the deal.
Thank you, everybody, very much. Before we kick things into gear here, I just want to do a couple shout outs and some table keeping first. We're going to take your bullion pack into consideration, Anna. Thank you so much. We're going to add that to Karma's stuff here.
Oh,
After,
Anna, you are my favorite. Oh,
yeah,
girl.
after we announce the results. So first off, a big thank you, as always, to the wonderful artists who did not only our character art that you see all around here, Mystic, holy shit, thank you for all of those gifted subs. That was going to be one of the things I brought up, is that we're so close to 50 subs. You just blew us past that. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. So thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. And I want to give a quick shout out to our artists who drew all the character art you see around here, as well as some of the NPC art that you'll see in the game here that have been over the past couple episodes. So thank you, Peachy Yuri, for the individual characters that you see here and realizing them, as well as Iruichi for those. Oh my gosh, Mousy, holy shit. What is up? Thank you so much for all of those gifted subs. Make sure and go follow Peachy Yuri as well as Iruichi for doing the awesome art for us. Thank you so much, guys. I love the support and appreciate each and every one of you. They needed a buddy. Yeah, thank you so much. That's awesome. What's up, Assimilate, who has one of the greatest Twitch names.
It's a good name. It's a good name.
Excellent.
So, as some of you may be aware, we are beginning to kick into gear for a number of crochet critters that are going to be given away that represent each of the characters here in our stream. We started this previous week off with Alloy, our Tabaxi kitten baby. It's a little hard to see because of all these wonderful gifted subs, but here you go. So here she is, our wonderful artificer Tabaxi, played by Amanda. We're giving that away. So just a quick thing to note to everyone. Because these take so much time and my players have been begging me that they want all one for themselves, I mentioned that they are allowed to join in on this contest, which usually I try to keep them removed for most of our giveaways and stuff, but in this instance, I wanted to include them. So this is not a primary cast member who is the winner, but adjacent to it. So a big congratulations to Queen Gore, who won our Alloy Tabaxi Kitty.
Alloy.
Amanda, you know who to go and beg to now if you want this for yourself. So thank you so much, Queen Gore. Let me. She also does streams on here on Twitch, and we actually played some Valheim earlier this week, and she's getting back into doing some Twitch stuff. So make sure and go follow her channel at Queen Gore there. So yeah,
Congratulations.
get a little.
Meow. That is a masterpiece for real.
So cute.
So, as mentioned, these are not going to necessarily follow every single week. We may have a little period off, but the plan is to hopefully get all of the characters done. So look forward to that. There may be some time in between so that we can take a little bit of time off and let Tisa make the others. But I do want to just quickly shout out that this was made, as well as all of the others that are coming down the pipeline, by Tisa, and she has a Etsy shop with a bunch of really cute stuff in it. And if you like TTRPG related things, she also just put in there a scaly looking crochet dice bag. It's really cool. Go check that out. But to get everyone pumped, the next giveaway is happening starting this Monday, and it is another member of the group, and I'm gonna showcase it off on the stream here live. So let me just see if I can like cover my camera up first. Hang on. We'll start here. And you'll have to just guess who this is as I slowly back out here.
I'm still not there yet. I'm still like a few seconds behind on stream.
Look at it! Look at it!
No, wait. Oh,
This is Karma Tycoon.
Oh, that's great. Look. Oh, he's got one of the best sides. Okay,
she's got her
This is the best one yet.
her fur. She's got her accessories. She has her tiefling tail in the back. And her hair.
Aw, the tail.
Yeah, so she is going to be the next giveaway starting Monday, and we're going to be announcing that over on Twitter. Basically, it'll be easy for you to join in. All you got to do is follow me on Twitter at GAWD_mode, similar to the Twitch here. So go over there, give that a follow. You're going to just have to like, retweet the tweet, and make sure you're following my Twitter. And then finally, if you want a double chance to win, go over to that Etsy page I posted over in the chat and make sure and follow Tisa's Etsy page. And if you see anything cool there that you'd like for either you or a friend, I'd love for you to go and support her. She does a really great job and works really hard on all these, so make sure and go check those out.
It's amazing. It's absolutely fucking fantastic.
So I know my players are also going to probably try and join in and win this, so it's up to you guys to also join in and try and beat them out. So go ahead and do that. And good luck to whoever the winner is. We're going to be announcing the winner, I don't know, either early Friday before the stream or maybe on stream, because I meant to announce the winner here at 8 p.m. tonight, but didn't have a whole lot of entrants throughout the day, so I said I'll just do it on stream. So we'll still make a Twitter post about it, but we may either do it an hour before or live on stream, whatever I'm feeling. We'll see. But yeah, keep an eye out for that post starting Monday and join in on that. I'll be reposting it throughout the week, so keep an eye out. So yes, thank you all so much. I'm going to get in touch with Queen Gore for that and see what's up. We just hit 1,000 followers over on Twitter recently, so make sure and follow the Twitter, stay up to date, take a look out for that giveaway, as well as others that we typically do. I, like a complete fool, forgot to actually give away out the $25 digital gift card. Holy shit, Mystic. So I am, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Mystic. I really appreciate that.
Bless Mystic.
Killing the game.
Let me see how many people we have here. We got Assimilate, Treyarch. We got Husband and Wife Stream. Lazy is here. Mystic is here. RTW is here. So somebody roll me a d6 real quick. We're doing it. We're doing it now, so I don't forget. It was a 2? Okay.
6. Right? No.
Oh, a 6.
Oh, it was a 6 over. Okay.
6 first.
Well, let's see here. Let me take a look. Let's see. Out of the people who I see currently in the chat here, that is RTW11E. I don't know if you're a robot or not. If you're watching and not lurking, please post in the chat, because you are the winner. That $25 digital gift card giveaway, and that's to either the DM's Guild if you enjoy TTRPG stuff and PDFs and things like that for your own TTRPG games like Dungeons and Dragons and all kinds of stuff, or if you prefer, you can choose either or, a $25 gift card to Steam. RTW says, I'm not a robot!
I am not a robot, believe me.
So yeah, I'm gonna message you RTW after the stream, see which one you prefer, because you can tell me now, but I'll probably forget because I have a terrible memory. But I'll message you after this, get in touch with you, and then I'll be sending that over your way. So congratulations. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on the stream here. I really appreciate it. So that's given out. I want to give a quick shout out to M. Merrifield, Kalax, Gecko Bull 348, Cod Quamer, Brogo Shot, Avi Hungry, Jin Cosmic, Staring Bunny for all those follows this past week. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you to Mousy for the bits. Thank you to all you guys for those subs. Holy cow. As well as Queen Gore and Lazy for the subs from last week or earlier this week. Thank you all so much. I can't believe the amount of support you're all giving us. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. this Streamlabs announcing sound effect will never end. But I hope it goes the whole stream. I was gonna make an announcement about getting close to 50 subs, but I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that because we don't need that anymore. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for the support. Let me see here. Hey, remind me all, if you guys think about it, to raid either Mozzarella or Carney Sideshow after the stream.
We'll get the alarm going right now.
Also, a big thanks to Lazy Vengeance, Queen Gore, Anna, Luke, Mozzarella, Aqua Summerwoods, and now Mousy for being Patreon members. Thank you all so much. The numbers are growing. I really appreciate the support over there. Go check it out. Patreon.com/godmode, just like the channel here. Get all kinds of cool rewards. At any tier, you get a digital campaign guide that goes into the peoples, cultures, and places here in our homebrew games. You could even build your own game set inside this universe, and that'd be really awesome. We could tie it together with some of this stuff that happens here on the stream. You get cool merch. You could get a t-shirt, a mini print, sticker packs. There's even a tier that does bi-weekly one-shots that is set within our homebrew world, and that's DM'd directly by me. So that's another cool thing. Plenty of neat things. There's early YouTube videos. You get my DM notes. So like 4 or 5 different tiers. Go check it out. Lots of opportunities to get some cool stuff and kind of get like a behind-the-scenes look into our channel, as well as mostly our D&D content here on Friday. Let's keep in mind that we got another package for Karma here. And Aloe, okay. Yeah, you guys keep that in mind. Hey, as you guys are hanging out here, whether you're following the channel or if you're subbed, you are getting Twitch channel points. If you're following and subbed, you get a boost to those points. And even if you're just lurking, hanging out, not even really chatting or anything, you're still building them up. Go take a look at them in the bottom left of where that purple weird bit icon is. If you see a chest there, click on that and you'll get a boost to them. Make sure and click on that button and you'll see all the cool different rewards that you can buy. Most of them is geared directly towards interacting with our story here on Friday nights, as you already see some of the Twitch chatters buying some cool stuff for the characters to affect the game's eventual outcome. So that'll be interesting to see. You can get +1 roll to people, single-use consumable items that I'm going to have to definitely read before I just yell it out to the players and they have a game-changing item in their hands. There's channel-specific items for this particular campaign and all kinds of cool stuff. We also use stream stickers. You've probably seen a couple of them slapped on the screen here. Just mouse over, go to the purple heart over on this side of the screen. Or if you're on mobile, just go to the purple heart next to the chat. You can slap down all kinds of stickers. If you're a subscriber, you get access to all these cool chibi versions of the characters drawn by Bay here. Thank you so much for that cute art. So check that out. Become a subscriber if you'd like. We use D&D Beyond as a plugin as well. If you mouse over the screen, you should see that. Take a look at some of the characters here and just kind of get caught up on maybe what species they are, what kind of class, what cool techniques they have, items they may have on them, all kinds of neat stuff. Who currently has a Karma coin right now?
Monifa.
Please roll a D8, Monifa. Going clockwise, starting with Amanda.
8.
That means it goes, let's see, starting with Monifa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It stays with you, Monifa.
Oh, wow.
Lucky cat.
What a roll. All right, so now let's go ahead and transition and dive into the exchange round before we kick the game off.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Become richer.
Last we left off, the players had made their investments, but this time we're given a special letter thrown at them by the leaders of Bullionaire Bastion, the Guilderkins themselves, stating that If they were to lose any of their bullion this round, instead of just simply them disappearing into the ether, they instead go to the player who is directly below them in the final rankings at the end of last week. So we're going to see how things pan out from last time. Monifa is getting a bullion package from Mama Bear. Thank you, Mama Bear. You guys keep all this stuff in mind just because I have a bad... my attention is being thrown everywhere. I'm trying to pay attention. So last time we had a lot of players put some coin into different areas here. A lot of people throwing in on Mysticorp that was going to hold steady, as well as Voidistries with the potential to fall, but everyone decided to just put some stuff in there anyway because they're psychopaths. And let's see how those things panned out, with everyone keeping in mind that whatever money you lose is going to go to the person who is below you, and I'll read those out. So last week it was expected by the forecast that Mysticorp was going to hold steady. Keep in mind, all you chatters, that every single bullion piece that these characters have is worth 10,000 gold. So if any of them have 100, they're technically a millionaire, although this isn't money that they hold on to themselves. Also remind me, Lazy just bought a curio for Lady Vengeance, although she's who is that for, Lazy? Because Queen Gore is not a player in this game. Gonna have to decide, and then remind me to roll on that when we jump into the actual game here. So yes, it was expected that Mysticorp was going to hold steady. Did they actually follow through, or did they get a score that was going to either make themselves rise or fall? Well, Mysticorp actually did pretty well last week, getting from a 1 to 10 a score of 8.
Oh, man. No, I wanted Karma to lose money.
I won't go through all of the... don't worry about editing your tokens as always. I already have the totals in mind here. Next up was Omega Acoustics. Expected to have a big fall, but it looks like Raphael and Vip just decided to say, F it, let's throw our money in there. But not a lot.
Dares wins.
This is true.
Wins.
This is no. I will explain to you minimal gains on this later, but
who dares wins.
there is not.
Masterpiece protects us. That's all I'm gonna say.
There is a ceiling to how much you can. I feel.
And I like to bump my head on that ceiling.
Let them do it. Let them have their fun. Look, they're having fun losing.
It is very low even for Vip. That's all I need to say.
1% is enough percent.
Expected to have a big fall, and it was true. Out of a score of 10, they got a 3. They both lost money.
Who could have seen this coming? Who could have seen this?
They tell you.
Hey, maybe next time it'll go up, so keep doing what you're doing.
No, this is a cursed company.
Mega Acoustics is definitely the future. If we see it through, it's gonna happen.
Eventually, they're losing.
This is like
they're winning one. Yes.
This place is like a fucking sharper image. It's just where products go to die.
And nearly everyone threw in at Voidistries, even despite the exchange forecast predicted to fall. How did that turn out? Well, Voidistries had a pretty terrible week, gaining a score of a 2 out of 10.
Oh dear, how unfortunate, Karma.
Where's
How
one of those paper
unfortunate
bags?
that you put
I can't breathe.
most of your money there.
I can't breathe.
What does that mean overall? Well, let's find out.
The rich are no longer so rich.
Let's remove the investments from last week and go over from last to first. Who is currently in the standings right here?
I don't want to know.
In last place, receiving 0 bullion from the one above them, is Cassius with 8 bullion pieces.
How could this happen to me?
He's the happiest boy right now.
Wait, Monifa didn't lose any?
No,
Not more than you.
I only put in one place and they went up.
There was only one good place to put money.
I played smart.
Perfect. Thank you.
One good place to put money, sir. Let me explain that to you, but that's going to be a private conversation.
Following along in second to last with 10 bullion pieces going to them is Alloy with 20 bullion pieces.
I did not lose too much. I am sorry.
In third place, also gaining 29 gold bullion in the process of someone else losing some, is Monifa with 95 gold bullion pieces.
Almost back to 100.
Oh boy, here we go.
Coming in fourth with 10 bullion pieces going to them from the one who lost above them is Obese with 160 bullion pieces.
And then they beg monies.
Following along after him and in third place, who gained, let me see here, 0 bullion from the losers in front of them, is Karma with 255 bullion.
Karma's just fainted. She's fainted.
I mean, he's still a multi-millionaire.
I'm in third place. I lost it all. I lost it all. Raphael.
2.5 million. I've lost it all.
The worst thing is I gave it to Raphael.
Coming in second place with 62 bullion going to them from the person who lost it above is Vip with 268 bullion pieces, meaning that the person in first place with 144 bullion going to them from Karma is Raphael at 404 bullion. He is
the turntable
worth 4 million gold currently at this time. So, before you guys begin your investment period again, I would like for someone to maybe go through and tell me who all is rolling for bullion packages, because there was a lot.
I got the numbers. I think I got the numbers.
Yeah.
Bailey got 3.
So let's hold on to that. Let's go one at a time. Thank you for collecting that. Let's go one at a time. Bay, let's get some rolls. How the turn
Look at this
tables
blatant
turn.
nepotism. Oh, good.
5 extra pieces. You're up to 260. You can put that on your coin or token.
Good.
Who else now, Kevin? Who's next?
Alloy got 2.
Alloy, let's get you some rolls there. Okay, so add 5 extra pieces, which for you is big at this point.
Ouch.
Oh,
You
no.
didn't have to rub it in.
I mean,
Aloy, can you count that high?
every bit
Oh
counts.
my god.
Every bit counts.
Increase of 25%.
Every bit counts.
If you keep this up,
Who's after Alloy, Kevin?
Vip also got 2.
All right, Vip, let's get a 2d4 roll. Thank you, everyone who bought these packages for them.
Thank
6 bullion pieces to you. Go ahead and add that on. Anybody else after Vip, Kevin?
Oh yeah, OB's got 1.
All right, let's get a roll from OBs.
D4 for 1. 3s. Excellent.
Nice.
Raph got 1.
Oh, thank you.
Like he
Vera.
needs one now.
Yes, I do need one.
He won't stay in first place for long.
Praise Pelor. I almost got as many as you got in 3 whole packages, Karma.
I got 1.
All right, 2 pieces to you.
And then Cassius got a whopping 5.
Yeah!
Oh wow! Look at that. Let's get 5 rolls for Cassius with a nice fat bullion package coming your way.
No, we'll be over 3. Watch. Oh.
Hey, you kind of. Oh no, you passed the baby.
You're ahead of me now? No, I think I'm 1 ahead.
1 by 1, yeah.
Okay, alright.
But increase of 100%, nothing to sneeze at.
Wait,
Yeah.
Jason, I have a question.
Yeah.
Our characters would know who's winning, right? Like in the game, would we know who's winning?
Yeah, I think you guys would have a general idea of who's raking in the money.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, guys, go ahead and add your points to your tokens. Yeah, you're still 1 ahead, Alloy. And then really quickly, let's have you guys go ahead and decide where to throw your bullion. Tell me how many tokens each of you want. Raphael, you want extras?
Are those
Are those the new things?
Oh,
Yeah,
good
those are
point.
the-
Good point. Thank you for reminding me. Let's go ahead and get these previous week's exchange forecasts estimations out of there and replace them with new ones. So this week, no strange rules from the Gilderkins. This is just a straight exchange round. Mysticorp looks like it's going to fall. Omega Acoustics expected to have a big rise. And Voidistries expected to have a rise themselves.
Get off! Get off! No, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do it. Hold on.
Let me know if you want extra.
Give me two. Give me
Okay.
two, Jason.
2, please.
Oh, and I'm sorry, actually, there was one other bullion for Lady Vengeance. I didn't know who that was supposed to be. From Lazy. Lazy sent it out to Lady.
Who does a bullion package go to? Vip getting curio before or after investment?
Let us know, Lazy.
Well, I think he bought a curio and not a bullion package.
No, it's that also.
Okay, so who gets the bullion package, Lazy? Let us know. Vip, we're gonna give you that. We're gonna give you that curio here too. So go ahead, place your
Thank you.
tokens, make your investments. Let me know if you need any doubles of your things. You can split them up.
What's wrong, Karma? I think it's proven that Omega Acoustics is on the up and up. Or maybe I know something that you don't.
So Vip, you can go ahead and make another D4 roll. You get that from Lazy, and we'll get you a curio here.
I think you are getting lucky.
D4 for the curio, or is it a D12 for the curio?
D4 for the curio, it's a D10.
But you get a D4 also.
Yeah, D4 for the extra
on the
bullion
curio.
package.
Am I
Who's
getting
the
lucky?
bullion package?
Or are all the behind the doors deals I've been doing with the family finally paying off? Aha! I'm the secret heel the whole time!
I mean,
That's a joke. I would never.
look,
3, please.
That's right. Come to me on Omega Acoustics.
You can add those to your token, but
I physically can't touch Omega Acoustics. It
But
hurts.
why?
It burns.
It's proven week after week to be a solid contender. It always goes down. You can't beat that sort of consistency.
Vip, you also find within your packs that you actually have a slender shard of amethyst etched by acid. When impaled into the flesh, the curio dissolves and grants whomever you impale it with 3d8 temporary hit points.
What the fuck?
Thank you. It's a really fancy pen to write deals with.
Didn't you have something from last week also that like kills the stab someone with it?
It turns them to stone or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Jason, give me 2.
Okay,
They're-
that's
all the
Cassius.
curios are flavored like ink pens in my vest.
Okay. All right, go ahead and place your investments wherever you want.
I ended up with one too many.
Oh, you want me to just delete this one down here?
Eat 'em.
Okay.
No, put it all in Mysticourt.
Why don't you,
These fools.
father?
Because that's dumb.
So is putting any on, but you,
Listen. This is called spreading the love. It's good karma. No pun intended.
yes. Okay.
Are you saying karma isn't good?
I'm saying I can throw away this pocket change. You know, this 80,000 gold.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But listen, this is... I'm with you. This is fucking ridiculous that I'm just throwing this money away.
So, everyone happy with their investments?
No.
Lock that shit in.
All right, it is locked in. I'm going to go ahead and play our intro to the actual game now that our metagame is over, and then we will dive in with a recap from last week. So let's go ahead and kick things off. So, why don't we all give a dice roll to see who wants to give the recap from last week?
It's Raphael. 100 on it, Vip.
Oh,
There's room under that bar.
time to pay for
There's
your
not much
crimes.
room, though.
Pay for your crimes.
I have paid for my crimes. It is time for my penance. Luckily, last week was a really easy week to give a recap for.
Yeah.
Does everybody roll?
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so, Raphael, what happened last time on
Devils and the Details.
There's a far off sound of bagpipes playing as we had a little bit of a shopping sesh there. Sorry, I should be doing this in Raphael's voice. I have acquired an instrument of legendary renown, a particular set of bagpipes whose dulcet tones will lull my allies into a religious fervor, I'm almost certain. Also, I think Karma got a guitar or something like that. I don't quite remember. It wasn't very important, though. After which, we headed towards this, one Tindin pillar. Is it Tindrin or Tindin?
Tindrin Pillar?
Tindrin. Toward Tindrin Pillar's mansion, we found the curious satyr inside. It turns out he is a purveyor of, let's say, enhancement substances, things which can alter the body and mind. The pixie was nice enough to help me acquire something that could help me see the face of my lord a little more clearly, something which I am grateful. I still don't quite understand what his ulterior motive for helping me is, but it is appreciated nevertheless. The rest of them bought some other sinful items, I'm sure, but honestly, not really my business. I'm nearly forgetting the entire point we came here in the first place. The infinite staircase, which will lead us to the River Styx. If we follow the path and don't try any shortcuts, we'll get to where we're going in this crazy extra-dimensional space. So then, we begin our journey downward or upward. It's very disorienting in here. Into the abyss, where we will find the museum owned by one collector who has the soul of the man we are trying to find.
Thank you very much, Raphael. Yes, you each had stepped through the doorway leading into a somewhat familiar place, the place of the infinite staircase here. As always, you have traversed this area once before, the air feeling slightly warm, subtle sound of some type of construction and noises happening far off. A massive winding stairs that can be seen in all directions, flowing in all directions out as far as the eye can see before ultimately disappearing into a gray, misty horizon. The view is disorienting here. There seems to be no real sense of up or down as you each look around here. One of you, I'm not sure who may have taken this, but you at least in your party have on you the written/drawn notes given to you by Tindrin and are able to follow along with his instructions with what looks like a number of platforms that you're going to be traversing. It doesn't look like it's just going to head directly straight down. It seems like it's going to pan out a little bit and turn and kind of corkscrew and eventually reach the area that is likely some number of stories below you. Tindrin mentioned that if you follow along with his instructions instead of trying to take a slightly dangerous shortcut, it would take you about 30 minutes to get there, provided you didn't run into trouble.
We can walk 30 minutes, even in a place as mad as this.
Yes.
I mean, it's the safe bet.
I mean, there ain't no monsters in here, right?
Did he have an answer for that?
Suddenly monsters.
As you peer around, Karma, you all are able to see, you're all standing on just like a white featureless platform with the door that led into Tindrin's. The door, as you look behind you, actually looks like the pantry door that would have led from his house. It's against nothing. There's no wall attached. And the platform you stand on is about like room size, like a medium-sized room in terms of square space. There are no walls here, and at the far end there seems to be a staircase that leads down and matches up with the notes that has you beginning to descend. As you peer around out into the distance, kind of just looking off into the just like pure maze of stairs that are kind of stretch out into what feels like a like just infinity out all around, you guys are able to see that pretty far off in the distant white haze, you can see the silhouettes of other creatures that are traversing the infinite staircase, although without a perception check, can't really make out what they may be.
Come here, number of you, 3 of you, I will pick the kitty cat, the karma, and the kitty cat. You have 300 feet of dark visions.
Ooh.
Oh,
Use it
300.
well.
Okay.
Yes.
Team Dirty.
Also, nobody move. On Raphael and the alloy and the VIP. Scratch that, Cassius. You are all telekinetically linked to me. And Raphael, do not get in
Hold
trouble.
on.
You have advantage on your next initiative roll.
Obese,
Ooh.
Yes.
you go to cast these spells. Are any of these leveled spells?
These are all
Oh no!
these are all class abilities.
Class abilities?
Yeah, and they're psionics. Actually, psychic whispers is psionics. The rest are not.
Class abilities, so these don't exist in your like leveled spell list.
Correct.
Yeah, they're like cleric things. They're technically holy magic.
Okay.
I would make an argument that probably only the psionics work if it's like a magic thing.
What part of those things would be magic?
So the Eyes of Night, the Dark Vision, and the advantage on initiative roll.
I'll say that they all work.
Okay.
Interesting. Free information.
Yes.
I thought I couldn't do this, but all those things I said.
Sorry.
You're good.
We can talk to you only, or you talk to us and then we can reply.
You can talk to me. Yes, walkie-talkies, talkie-walkies.
Should test it out first.
Don't make eye contact with whoever's walking in the distance, please. Let's just avoid notice and keep
I just
going.
want to look. I just want to take some looksies.
Yes, well, the looksies should be on the straight and narrow. You all are familiar with dimensional travel, yes?
No, are you?
First.
Oh, well, dimensional travel.
Yes, from one dimension to the next.
Does the fake core count as an extra dimension, or?
Yes.
Again, yeah, sure.
Is it Twixt its own dimension? Because if it's its own dimension, if it's
We will assume no. Just keep on straight and... Sorry.
What?
You all, or let us all assume that you do not. We need to keep straight and narrow on the path.
You know, for someone who's never left Halcyon before, you're talking all this big stuff about dimensional travel.
Yes, okay.
I write something in my notebook.
I just asked if you knew, that's all.
Sure.
Do you know?
This way.
Secrets.
Does everyone follow bees?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys using the written directions and drawn diagram here from Tindrin begin to head over to the far side of the platform and descend amongst the stairs. You can occasionally hear, as you're stepping down, hearing the clop of your shoes and feet as you step down the stairs. And in the distance, you can occasionally hear the murmur of what sounds like far off, maybe conversation or stuff like that. And again, you can still see way off in the distance the occasional moving silhouette of a figure. A number of figures, not just one. But they're all in different parts of these winding stairs.
I just want to peek. Just want to.
If you're peeking, make a perception check.
I'll do that. I have special eyes. Things told me. Perception. Shit. Maybe I need to get glasses.
What was the total?
6.
You are unable to make out most of them, although you do notice one, a creature that looks to be humanoid and is mostly has humanoid features, although they are not wearing a shirt. They just sort of have like what looks like a fur kind of skirt around them, very muscly. They kind of have a animalish face and kind of a turned up nose, a bit like that, and furry chops and long furry ears. They're kind of like looking around a bit confused off way in the distance, as if they're not sure where they are.
Poor soul.
Karma.
Huh? Huh?
Eyes forward or feet stop. This is dangerous thing to do.
What?
What are you looking?
Nothing. Let's go forward. I wasn't looking at nothing.
Excellent. This way.
You all continue to descend down the stairs, following along with the notes. Does anyone deviate from the plan or anything like that, or are you just straight up following along, traversing the stairs and platforms that follow?
Raphael jumps off. No. Keep going.
Now what's that, a big red ape jumping down your face?
As you are passing the platforms, you begin to pass 1, 2 platforms that are empty. For about 10 minutes pass, you're continuing to... You feel like you're moving very far out from where you needed to go, which would have just been some stories below the platform you began on. But it looks as though maybe the only way to reach the platform way down below you is likely to follow this set of stairs that will lead there. So you continue to follow. At about 10 minutes in, you reach a platform that is somewhat large. You could probably fit a decent cottage-sized house on it, so there's plenty of room to walk around. As you begin making your way to the other side, you do notice that on this platform there is a door here that has a curved top to it and seems to be made from what looks like either copper or brass.
If only we had a metallurgist.
Our baby cat is good with working with metals, isn't she?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What's there? Some doors.
We have doors in front, yes. Mechanical doors, we would imagine.
Take a look at them.
There's the platform across from the platform, a set of stairs that seems to follow along with your notes. But just as a point of significance, on this platform there is an arched doorway that is closed and seems to be made either from copper or brass.
But is not in the directions.
As you look over the directions, it doesn't seem like you're meant to enter this door.
Okay. OB strongly recommends we carry on.
Carry on.
Quick detect magic on the door?
Sure.
Got any magic?
What?
It just tells the spell school if there is magic on it.
Teleportation, is that conjuration?
Yeah.
Conjuration magic.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, if this is not our destination, I say we keep going.
Although,
hold on, guys. I'm just gonna take a quick look at this.
Wait, kitty cat. Obese takes out a rope and ties it around her waist and then stands where he is. Okay.
Okay, I go look at the door. I got 23 investigation.
as you investigate the door, you can see that there is, as you peer close using your investigation alloy, kind of coming up to it, taking a look and peering at it, using your investigation to try and see if you can place what it is made of, why the material would be formed this way. You can actually see the slight sensation of the air nearby coming off the door seems to be rippling. And as you place a hand nearby, kind of using your investigation check, you could feel an immense amount of heat coming off of the door. You feel like with your investigation check that this may lead to some place that is very, very hot.
Is that our destination? I mean, the abyss is a pit of fire, is it not?
There are other planes of fire, if I am
Fair.
thinking correct.
I mean,
Fair
it's
point.
like, what, 9 layers of hell?
Something like that.
This is, we follow directions. Yes, we do not know where this door is.
Fair.
We should continue on.
I mean, what if
Fair.
we just took a peek?
We have peeked enough. Obi starts like reeling in Alloy with her rope. Come on, it's time to go.
I wanted to look. Wait.
There's a saying about cats and being too curious, you know. Let's get going.
But you know, there's another part of that saying. You know the other part, right?
What?
That satisfaction brought them back. So if we look at the door and we're satisfied, nobody dies. That's how it works.
This is nonsense. You're making this up. This is nonsense.
Obi walking away with the directions.
He's like dragging Alloy.
So, is everyone following the bees? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Obi's.
Obi's.
Alloy, you following the group? Karma, you following the group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obi's has just got his eyes right over the first stairs, like, you better be coming.
You guys trying to placate your curiosity with maybe what will come up along the stairs, along the path from the map, decide to turn away from this door and continue descending down the winding stairs. Another 10 or so minutes pass by. You enter you step onto a staircase. It's like a corkscrew that winds down as you kind of run, as it runs around and around, and you begin to step down. After about the 10 minutes, you reach a pretty large platformed area here that stretches out some distance, probably larger than any of the ones you've been on before. You could probably place 3 to 4 relatively decent-sized Halcyon houses here. So it's nice, open, spacious, but again, no walls, a grayish white. The material seems to be made of stone, from what it seems like. Mousy did some market volatility. We'll have to add that in and see how that shakes things up. Thank you, Mousy. I'll keep that in mind.
Well, it was nice being in first place for a week, everybody.
It was nice having any kind of gold.
As you guys peer around to see if there's anything of note here on this platform, in the distance, kind of towards the center of the platform, you see what looks like a ramshackle, like a small ramshackle tent that's just almost like haphazardly put together using what looks like, at least from here, maybe dirty clothes and rags and maybe other debris. You see now, looking at the map, that the next set of stairs that you need to use are closer to one of the sides of the platform that are closer to you guys than the tent. But you do see a tent that's in the middle of this area. It doesn't look like the opening is on this side where you could see if there's anybody or anything inside of it from over on this side.
Let's go check. Maybe somebody's lost in here. I mean, the other guy was lost or looked lost. So let's.
I don't know if that's smart, especially since it reminds me of Monifa's apartment.
Eh?
Ramshackle, the mess.
Shake.
Maybe we see what we can find from here first?
Would anyone like to be invisible, perhaps?
I don't mind being invisible. Or, I mean, somebody sneaky. You know, that might be helpful.
Sneaky is my middle name.
Well then, I take out my bagpipes and take a deep breath, and I blow in them, but no sound comes out. And then Monifa just kind of gradually turns invisible.
Just telling you.
It's a spell that my bagpipes can do.
Is it a leveled spell?
It is.
It sure is, Jason. It's a second level spell. This is fine because our characters would know that something's up about this place.
So the cool thing is Raphael goes to breathe in and blow in his bagpipes. As you mentioned, Luke, there is no sound that comes out of Raphael's bagpipes, and you all wait for the miraculous magical effect that he's about to cast, and continue to wait, staring at him.
You're turning blue. What's happening?
What? I've been swindled. I've been sold a faulty magical bagpipes.
Wait, I bought from the same person.
Yeah, you bought from the same store. Yours is probably bogus too.
Shit.
We've been had. We've been swindled.
Guess that means those drugs won't work either. You can hand those all back then.
Also, technically, my magic eyes don't work in here then either, Jason.
Is that coming off of some type of level thing?
It is. My eyes can cast detect magic at will. So yes, that they would not work in here either.
So it's at will, though.
Well, yeah, but it's cast at will. So it's still like casting the spell.
It's casted at a leveled. It's a leveled spell then that you do.
Yeah, it's level 1.
Did you do that before you came into the staircase?
No, I did it to see if there was magic on the door, which, I mean, we probably could have guessed teleportation anyway, so I don't think it really changed too much.
Yeah, technically that wouldn't have worked, but yeah, I was going to mention, you get the sense that if true to everyone's word so far, the staircase probably does lead to many different places, and it is likely that the doors use some type of arcane enchantment of teleportation or conjuration magic to do it.
Point being, failing magic and stealth, maybe someone should just go talk to the inhabitants.
Let me do it. I'm gonna talking.
Go.
All right, bye.
Go with you.
You guys do not move. Fuck.
I'll go with Karma.
Karma and Monifa begin to walk towards the ramshackle tent.
Obese is coming with us.
And Obese as well. Heading towards the center of the platform. Takes you a minute or two. You finally reach the center. As you begin to sort of like walk around it, keeping a little bit of distance between you and the tent, but just sort of walking around to see if you can see if there's like an entrance or anything like that, you do finally see a area that looks like a flap that was created to pull shut with a hollow area inside. The flap is kind of held open currently, and you can see inside amongst a number of what look like just dirty clothing and maybe other cloth and stuff like that kind of put together to be built into like a mound to sit on, is what looks like a elderly female lizard folk that is laying inside. Her clothing is torn. You can actually see a pretty bad looking burn running up the side of her scaly face. Next to her, laying down and softly whining as she runs a hand across its back, Monifa, the hair on the back of your neck stands up just a little. You see a scraggly looking bulldog that is laying next to her.
Knock knock.
She looks up and sees you as well as the dog. Oh, hello, visitors. Hi.
Yeah, you lost?
She looks around and says, no.
Oh.
No. You're not here to rob me, are you?
Oh, good.
Not our intention.
She takes a second to study each of you and says, you all look very fancy in your garments. You must have come from a nice place.
We did.
Are we all close enough to talk, or is it just Monifa?
The distance on this platform makes, unless you guys are actually doing perception checks, you wouldn't hear what's going on.
Okay, just check.
Although, I mean, with your telepathy up, someone could probably be sharing it with the others.
Obese is relaying this all.
Okay.
Okay, so you're not lost, and you wandered in here. Well, looks like you're living the good life. If you ain't lost and you're just living your good life,
we'll leave you to it.
Yeah.
Do you have any food maybe you could spare?
I got some wine.
Any water? Any small pieces? I'll take whatever you have.
Oh!
Obese kneels down and pulls out rations and stuff.
Here, give it the chicken. Give it the chicken. I got like I got a few of these. Here.
The chicken for you and one for the puppy.
The bulldog wags its tail but doesn't get up as it kind of whines, but seems to be strongly wagging its tail. You give her what, chicken How many rations?
I got 10. Not enough to do anything with. I'll give her 3.
Okay. There is a bright smile across her face as she takes them and says, Oh, thank you. Oh, Broken Fang, we can eat again, she says. And she quickly opens up a ration and slowly begins to feed some to the dog who eats it.
You know, on our way back, if you're still hanging around, you want to come with us and, live somewhere instead of nowhere?
I would like that, but I have no money, and She kind of looks down, and you notice that her legs, she's kind of sitting down like cross-legged, and you see that she has really emaciated looking legs, and says, I broke one of these traversing the stairs a while back, and I don't think they ever healed right. So I made this place here. I can't travel by myself.
What's your name?
I'm Udis. This is Broken Fang, she says, rubbing the head of the dog.
Oh. Well, we're going to a very undesirable area at the moment. When we meet up again, if you're still hanging around, I mean, sure, you might not have any money, but that doesn't mean you can't earn any.
The place you would go, would there be more food for me to have?
Oh yeah, tons of it.
Okay. This sounds good, yes. I believe I could do this, yes. I would like to leave this place.
Udis? I say Udis?
Yes?
How is it that where is it that you are going?
I would like to return home, but, well, I don't think I remember where that is anymore. I went through a door in my village. The normal door. I passed through him for many years, and one day when I opened it, it was something else, and I fell down the stairs. Nearly fell to my death. Found myself here. I tried testing out some of the other doors, but they're dangerous, she says, and kind of pointing at the scar on her face.
Obese starts to smile.
So at a certain point after traveling, I found Broken Fang here and, well, kept it as a partner, and from there I have been traveling for a while here. I've kind of lost track of time, and after the slip on the stairs recently, I decided maybe it should be better that I stop and stay with Broken Fang and see if people would be generous enough to lend me some things. At least enough for us to survive and live out the rest of our days here.
As she finishes saying that, Obese sits on the ground and kind of takes up a prayer stance where he kind of puts his hands together in his lap, and a bunch of stars project out of him for 30 feet. This is a class action. It's a channel divinity.
Oh my god.
And
I want to see what god that corresponds to.
The first thing I want to do is end charm or frighten effects on her one at a time.
Okay.
And then I want to do the healing after that.
Okay. Kind of healing.
It's temporary HP.
Oh no.
So he would know that. I don't know that. But he would try and end the charm and frighten effects, and then I'll give her the temporary HP. At least
Sure.
to give her some comfort.
She kind of feels herself and says, "Oh, powerful magician. I feel better."
You are a brave person, yes? You find curious. You travel these stairways, and I find that commendable.
Well,
You feel the healing light of these stars?
I certainly feel better than before, if I could explain it. Yes, this one feels rejuvenated.
Let me tell you what stars heal you. These are from my god. A man called Celestinian. He is a god of wanderers, yes. He likes those that travel like you do. The courage to move, this is something I find very nice. I like this.
Well,
when we pass through, I have a place for you to come. You can earn your keep, and then you can move on.
I would do what I can. I'm an elderly woman, but if I can at least put some food on our bellies, that would be nice. I appreciate the sentiment, although I have to be honest, I didn't travel out of curiosity. I just wanted to get back home.
No one does anything on accident, my friend.
I suppose. Well, thank you for your kindness, strangers. What are your names?
I am Obi Shalom, Twilight Cleric of Celestinian.
Morning, Chris.
Nice to meet you.
Kama Tycoon.
Thank you so much, the three of you. This is good. This is good, isn't it? She says, turning to Broken Fang. He's just eating out the ration she's given him. Thank you so much. I don't expect to see you again, but if I do, that would be nice. It's nice to speak to someone again.
I have seen this place. I will remember.
We'll come back around for you, no worries.
I hope so. Thank you.
I would try to give her like instructions to like pack her stuff, and we'll be back around this time. And if she doesn't see us by this time, then we're dead. Sorries. But I don't know that out of character, so he says that stuff in character.
You see her look around and kind of grip in her arms the food that you just gave her and said, "Ready whenever you are," suggesting that she has nothing.
Oh, well, good. Let's take. I give her rations equal to how many days I think it'll be.
Okay.
Up
Does
to
rations come with water, or is it just food in there? I think it's just food, right?
I think it is just food because you have a flask of water.
You do have
Okay.
rations separately.
She says, "Do you have any water by any chance?"
Just give him my flask. I'll share for one of you guys. Here, you can have my whole flask.
Oh,
Thank you, she says, and she begins to gulp it down quickly.
We will come back for you, Uda. Stay safe.
Well, you stay safe as well. Thank you for your kindness. Be careful out there. Watch each step you take.
Yes, because of the broken legs.
Yes.
This is a dark joke, but very funny.
No. Don't break your legs, is what I mean.
We won't break our legs. Thank you so much.
We will see you in character amount of days. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you, she says, and she kind of leans down, begins pouring a little bit of water for Broken Fang.
That
How
was
the hell
good.
we-
Who? What?
That was
There you
good
go.
what we did. That's what Raph said.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Bref. We should go. This is the way.
So... I got lots of questions, but I'll wait. I'll wait for a set of time.
We should not bother our minds while we travel interdimensionally. This is something
No.
that is known.
I'll just wait for Raphael to be in the mood to ask lots of questions along with us all together.
Yes.
When have I ever been known to do such a thing? We have a job to do, Karma. Let's get going.
Why are you so grouchy to me all the time?
Because I'm trying to teach you the error of your ways. It's like our whole dynamic. Let's go.
Come on, Raph, hurry up!
Oh, shit. Okay.
You guys all, after this meeting with this elderly lizard folk female, Udis, continue to descend. This path down these staircases sort of led you out and away from what was directly beneath you, but now they begin for this final 10 minutes to kind of change and turn back, as if they took just a large arch out and now back in as you continue down the stairs. After another 10 or so minutes, you finally reach a platformed area here and can see a, again, sparse and featureless platform. This one's smaller like some of the others that you've come across. This one comes to an end. You do not see any other staircases, and on the map OBs you see it circled with an arrow pointed towards it with abyss written. You see in front of you at the far end what looks like a decrepit looking wooden door on the far side. A border of broken stone seems to surround it.
Look! This is the one that it's leading me to, I suppose.
Yeah, this is what it seems to line up with, the map. And you don't see any other stairs that would lead you past this, actually.
Oh, thank my God. We are here! Let's go!
As you all look up far, far above you, you can see the platform that you used to enter this area from.
Huh. Yeah, maybe next time we should just try jumping down.
No.
You guys are picking up on your miles of interdimensional travel. Just 4,000 more, and you can do this all on your own.
So where did you interdimensional travel before?
Oh, come on.
Who's Celestial?
Celestinian.
Whatever. Okay, all right, Celestial. Okay.
So what do you guys do?
Somebody should probably check this.
I will. I'm gonna do an Arcana check on the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 14, you definitely get the idea. I mean, everything lines up with the map, and you get the idea using Arcana check, trying to sense any magics around here that, as all the other doors you would probably find here on the staircase, this one leads to a completely different plane than before.
Fair.
All right, everyone.
We're pretty sure this is it, right? We're not about to walk into like a pit of acid or something.
Well,
unless that was destination, we have reached destination.
Let's open the door.
Wait, I can send Sparky through and then tell him to come back.
Oh, smart.
Right? Okay. I'm gonna send. Did somebody say something?
Are you sure you can speak to him if he travels to another plane?
Well, I'll just tell him to turn around and come back. Sparky would understand that, right?
I think this might be a moot point. We know we're walking into hell. Some scouting isn't going to change that. I say we all go through together.
Let's open the door. Let's open the door.
Ladies and devils first.
Don't mind if I do. I'm gonna open this fucking door.
You reach down and open the door. You see ahead of you that the door leads out from this plane and into the interior of what looks like a sort of maybe ruined tower. A room of some type of ruined tower. There's rocky debris and broken wood that fills the floor of the area here. As you kind of look down, you can see that the entire floor looks tilted almost. And there is, in the distance, a completely broken and open section on the far end of this room wall that has a white, silvery mist that pours in and what looks like splotches of mud that have kind of just clumped in from that area. The air kind of hits you in the face, Carmen, feels pretty warm and gross.
Wow, it's like somebody's hot, disgusting breath from the abyss. Let's go. I'll take a walk in.
Okay, Karma steps through. What's everybody else do?
Guess we're heading through as well.
Nice door opening ambience there. Does everyone step through with Karma?
Absolutely, I can't let the she-devil go by herself. She'll get into more trouble.
These will be less through.
I'm gonna look to OBs from before I walk in, then just take maybe 10 seconds and kind of say a prayer to myself and say, if you're here, Joaquin, let me know. And then walk through.
My name is Opis.
As you say this, you kind of wait a second, Cassius. You hear and feel nothing.
Oh.
As each of you step through, the air here feels incredibly hot and sticky. You can see that you seem to be stepping into the kind of ruined area of what looks like a tower-like structure. You can see one of the blasted walls on the far side that's either been run down from either time or perhaps some type of battle. It's difficult to tell. The entire wooden floor below you tilted, sunken in from what looks like a muddy area that surrounds this place. The door that is on the far end is just completely collapsed by rubble. And the only exit that you see here is the blasted opening on the far side that just opens to a surprisingly somewhat lit, almost twilight area outside, but it's difficult to make out the details as a very thick mist kind of pours through.
This is it?
This is not what I was expecting.
Can you take a history check to see if this is anything I've ever heard of?
Sure.
I expected more brimstone and embers and the wailing and gnashing of teeth.
If you can't see the image, just refresh your page. I've got a foggy effect going on. With a 22, you at least know Cassius. Was that history? Was that history, Cassius?
Yes.
With a history check, you know that this does not seem like the familiar tropes that you would assume to be related to the Abyss. However, you do know that the Abyss is made up of many, many layers, and who knows what you would find on any number of them.
I relayed that to them. This doesn't feel right. I'm no expert in the Nine Hells, but I don't think we're where we're supposed to be.
Why?
Do we hear water?
Yeah.
You hear the sound of what sounds like a mixture of like splashing and perhaps mud in the distance.
But nothing like a river, running river.
The ambient sound of what sounds like insects. Make a perception check.
I was just going to remind you, I have a passive perception of 19.
You would hear those things too, yes.
Let's see.
That was more debris of the tower collapsing over.
Did the goat, what was his name? Tindred?
Tindred.
Did he tell us like a path? Was there a path that we were supposed to follow?
Lam told you that you would be able to see it if you were able to get to the bog-like area that the museum sits in.
Well, I got a 20 on my perception. So.
With your 20 perception, Monifa, your furry ears kind of flick up, and it is extremely subtle. But in the distance, probably behind you guys, you hear what sounds like the distant sound of crashing waves.
And just to make sure we're clear, I didn't roll a 20. Well, I
An
rolled a
unnatural
crit.
20.
I got a crit 20.
Oh, you got a crit 20.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. In that case, yes, you hear, let's see, absolutely from behind you, you hear the sound of crashing waves. Same information. But now you know for sure it's coming from whatever, maybe outside this area, some distance behind this fort or whatever, this tower or whatever it used to be.
Let's continue onward then. I have a feeling this might actually be where we were intended to end up.
Can Vip peek out of Obi's backpack and do a perception check on what biome that we're in by chance?
Sure. Give me a perception or perhaps nature check would be better.
It's
Another
natural 20.
Oh,
Wow.
Jiminy Christmas.
Vip, you're able to catch a moment where the misty fog is not as thick and can kind of peer out of the broken wall of this area. And in the distance outside of this broken down fort, the ruins here, you're able to see the tree line of what looks like a boggy forested area. Foggy morass kind of spreads out into the distance. And even beyond that, some ways into the bog-like area above the tree line, far in the distance, you can see the silhouette of a massive, tall, sharply angled structure.
Well, I mean, I guess it was just that easy then.
Okay.
Let's
all right.
continue onward. I suppose now is a good time, since our objective is most likely in sight. Should we make any sort of preparations? Any spells that perhaps one would need to cast?
Yes. Who is going to do the speakings? The talking to the mans?
I don't mind doing the speaking, so I talk to devils all the time.
As soon as I find my spell book, I will do the thing.
Perhaps I could aid you.
Mm-hmm.
I actually trust the tieflings to do this. I mean, they will be amongst their own kind after all.
I am going to give Cassius a bardic inspiration.
Thank you. This is not my kind.
My apologies.
So,
I'm going to cast non-detection on Manifa.
Okay.
It just means you can't be detected by magical scrying shit. So in case you need to sneak off somewhere. And this does work, right, Jason?
As you go to cast this incantation to put the spell on Munifa, it does work.
okay.
All right, yeah. So that's 8 hours too. So you got that for a while.
Does anyone else want that?
I'm going to cast Intellect Fortress on myself and
That's
Karma.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Distance.
it's not even concentration?
Concentration for 1 hour.
And it's yourself and one other?
4th level it is.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
And what does that do?
We have resistance to psychic damage, and we have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Okay.
Okay, well, that is such a good idea. Obi's traces, what do you call it? Constellation of an eagle above both of your heads. You have Eagle Splendor, Enhance Ability at level 3. You each have advantage on charisma checks for...
Just all the buff particle effects are going up on everyone. It's like we're like pre-raid boss or something. Everyone's just buffing each other.
For 1 hour.
I like this one for the charisma. Okay.
Thank you so much, RTW, for hanging out with us. I'm going to contact you and give you that gift card here after the stream. Thank you.
I would like to cast invisibility on myself.
All right. You watch as Alloy casts a spell and disappears.
gonna walk up there, like talking to him with complete honest intentions, with this like massive glow of magical energy just radiating off.
As we walk, I want to hum a tune and do counter charm, just in case. It's friendly creatures within 30 feet that can hear me will get advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Nice. Okay.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Let's walk into the bog.
Each of
Carefully.
you heads over to the opposite side of the room where the whole flooring here is kind of descended. You see bits of mud and muck have kind of seeped through the wood, and can actually see that you have to kind of crawl out across the stone of this area into the actual bog-like region here. You kind of get your hands dirty, or whoever is holding gloves, there's mud that kind of spackles on them as you pull yourselves out of this ruined fort-like area. As you step out, you're able to see mostly what Vip was able to see with his check. A tree line here of what looks like a boggy forest kind of spreads out into the distance ahead of you. Far into the distance, you can see the blackened silhouette of a sharply angled structure that kind of rises up into the sky. As you kind of trudge through some of the mud, you look back behind the fort here and can see that the muddy ground continues into the swirling mists. Dead trees poke out of the ground, and now you can all slightly hear the ambient sound of crashing waves far behind you. Insects and other sounds from what sounds like creatures here echoes through the area.
Okay. No whisper.
That museum in the distance.
What was that, Manifa?
I'm assuming that's the museum in the distance. Pointing out to the outline that we saw.
That's what we're hoping.
It might be one of the other buildings.
Yes. One of the many hell buildings that exist in hell. Let's keep going.
Yes.
I have no reason to investigate the river Styx of all things. We're here for a job. Pelor shall watch over us. Let's just do that job.
As you guys begin to trudge through the bog here, doing your best to sort of avoid the murky looking pools of swamp water that surrounds the area, you can each feel the hot and sticky air. Now that you've moved past and through the fort and into this abyssal plain proper, it almost feels a little bit difficult to breathe. It feels like there's a compression on your chest. The muddy surface here makes each step that you take the feeling of your feet sinking into the mud, and you have to exert some force to kind of pull them out and wrench them out from the mud. As you continue along, pushing past some of the mossy trees covered in this dark red moss, pushing through, what are each of your passive perceptions? Anybody above a 15? I know Bees does, Karma does.
Not
14.
Mine is 15.
15, okay.
Hey, Jason, just as housekeeping, my party can't be slowed in a forest biome.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay. What is that from?
Terrain has no effect. Natural explorer feat for ranger.
As you each step, Vip begins to point out the specific areas for you to step so that you don't get your boots and accoutrements all muddied from probably him spending a number of meetings maybe off-world and not wanting to get nasty. Kind of knows how to wind people of maybe some nobles or of some name to make sure that they're not just covered in gunk, and you each do not have to wrench your feet out of the mud as difficultly as before, and you guys can actually move at normal speed doing this.
Thank you, Vip.
He's gonna fly ahead as a spotter and just leave a trail of fairy dust where they can and can't stand.
Okay,
I
nice.
suppose he could do something.
It's amazing.
Well, Nifa, you are too hard on the Vips. I I know he is creepy sometimes, but he is very nice.
He's got a lot of good qualities.
Does he?
After 5-6 minutes of travel, you pass a swampy area that has two really large looking toads sitting on these dark reddish lily pads. They're like the size of a small dog. They have a number of kind of gross warts and stuff that cover their bodies, and they're actually a dark blackish color instead of the typical green, and they seem to watch you slowly as you just pass, their heads kind of just turning with you as you walk by.
Oh, I just want to do a quick nature check on those.
Sure.
That's a crit.
Jeez.
Apparently, I know some toads.
And tonight.
With that nature check, you definitely get the sense that these are native frog-like creatures that probably, whether they were born here or perhaps maybe entered accidentally through maybe the infinite staircase or some other means, have found themselves here and have likely been warped by the energies of the abyss, transforming them into their more kind of mutated, demonic-ish looking forms. Corrupted, if you will.
Corrupt toad.
It's already begun with her. She's a lost cause. We'll have to
That
leave
shit was
her
funny.
here.
You guys are heartless.
Mr. Toad, are you the museum?
There's no answer from the frogs, although they do look at you when you say that, Obese, turning their attention over to you.
It could be.
Could you not talk to the demon frogs? I feel like we have more important things to do.
Oh, like...
Go to museum.
Oh, let's go to museum.
Oh.
Since it was your ideas.
Of course.
It's just Hypnotoad, slowly drawing you into the swamp.
But as always.
Away.
You guys continue moving along. Everyone is marching at a steady pace, with Vip pointing out where to step, making sure that your travel is not impeded. Still kind of nasty, you kind of swat a number of kind of gross, dark reddish moss out of the way. The air here is hot. As you continue, Monifa, almost as if someone is standing next to you whispering in your ear, you hear the sounds of what sounds like a female voice saying something unintelligible.
Is that what it sounded like?
Yeah, I was gonna say, was that a mistake or?
That's what it sounded like.
Oh.
I hope we don't hear.
I don't think it was, Jason.
It was like.
What?
No, that's what it was supposed to sound like.
Okay, alright. Oh, no.
Like you turned your beard trimmer on?
Does it sound robotic?
No, like a beard trimmer.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
It was like.
Trimmer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. It
That's why I
shouldn't
was
sound like
there's
that.
no way Jason meant that intentionally.
It sounds like you're being censored.
Make it stop.
Okay.
The worst.
That's not what it's supposed to sound like. I'll have to listen to it on the VOD.
That's the clip. Clip it for next week.
Like I felt that.
Yeah. Start the stream over.
You hear unintelligible whispers in your ear, Modi.
Oh, Jason, now your normal voice is doing it.
Unless that wasn't your.
No, that was another effect. Is that still making a weird sound?
Yeah.
What about now?
No, that works.
Is that working normally?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, clownfish is just weird then. All right. You hear unintelligible whispers in your ear, Monifa. Forget the sound effects. Yes,
Right,
that stuff.
Just for what it's worth, Jason, just as a reminder, Monifa can't be detected by divination or perceived by magical scrying sensors. Just
Gotcha.
feel like that's worth bringing up.
Important to note.
Yeah.
I look around me swiftly, but I mean, I kind of don't mention anything. I don't think yet.
Okay. You kind of just shake it off and continue to head on, Monifa, with the others.
Roll a sleight of hand, see if I notice you. You talked about making a big show of what you were doing.
Do what now?
I want to see if I notice, because I would ask, because I'm not comfortable here.
Did,
What's that? I suppose you might have noticed. I just sort of looked around.
What is it?
I thought I don't know. I thought I heard something.
Like the toads?
No, well, no. Like, more like whispering, kind of.
We should make haste. Let's keep moving quickly, lest the corruption of this infernal place set in upon us all.
Yes, the undead and ghost.
I actually agree with Father this time. Let's not tarry.
Huh.
you guys continue through the swamp-like area. I'm still mad at that clownfish thing. It's supposed to be a cool effect. You guys continue through the swamp. As you continue, Monifa, about a minute or two in, you are able to see what looks like shifting almost through the trunk of a tree and beginning to just slowly float towards the group is what looks like the ghostly figure of a female. She has pointed ears, a skin tone that is dark, although almost translucent. She kind of just floats above the ground. She forms between one of the trunks of the trees and kind of moves between the mossy trees. You watch as she just slowly holds out a hand towards you and slowly floats your way as if she almost wants you to take her hand. She says nothing.
Alloy, do you see this?
Alloy, you look and you can see the same thing Monifa does.
Wait, so where is this figure?
It's about 20 feet out and it's just kind of slowly floating towards Monifa.
Guys, we have a visitor.
Oh.
Point her out.
Religion checked the shit out of that.
Sure.
What is this foul spirit? 14!
Raphael, looks like the ghostly visage of someone who has passed on, but that their soul could not do so as well.
It's a ghost.
It's about 15 feet out from you, Monifa, just kind of like holding out a gingerly hand towards you.
Yeah, I'll stay over here, thank you.
Does it continue walking toward us?
As you guys continue, it slowly continues to flow. Although at your pace, you would eventually outpace it, but she does not stop following you.
I don't like that at all.
It's a dark spirit. I say we dispatch it.
You know, there's ghost stories that can take over your body.
That they... I have not heard these ghost stories.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm an exorcist. I can prevent that. Yes, I've done it many times before. It's fairly simple.
I would like this not to happen, but also we are not to attack the anythings here.
Who said that? Who made up that rule?
Pillar said to ignore the ghosts, or somebody said either Lom or Pillar. I don't remember. Maybe not.
Fine, but when it slits your throat in your sleep, you will know that Raphael was right.
When it comes slit our throat in our sleep, it'll take over our body. It will take over our body. So that's what it will do in our sleep. So we don't have to worry about his throat slipping. Nothing.
All right, fine. But Raphael's gonna keep fucking.
You hear in your ear, Raphael.
Oh, you cut out, man. Sorry.
You hear unintelligible. Why the fuck am I cutting out? What is going on here?
I don't know.
It's so funny.
Ghost. That's what it's
Fuck you, Discord. You hear
Yeah,
unintelligible whispers.
Continue your counter charm, Karma. We may need it.
Oh, maybe she knows the way to museum.
The museum is right in front of us.
Oh, yes, okay.
You guys continue your pace.
Keep up, yeah.
The ghost behind you never stops slowly floating towards you, but you continue to gain ground on it, even despite the fact that it seems to just push through any physical objects that come in its way. You gain some ground, enough so that you don't really see it that much anymore from behind you, although some of you may keep your eyes peeled towards the back of the group as you continue.
Well, she wanted Monita's body, but now Raphael instigated. So who knows? Go after when we all have our backs turned.
Through the tops of the tree foliage here, you can still make out the massive dark structure of what you assume to be the museum in the distance as it grows closer with each step you take.
Do we see any of those roots that guy was talking about?
You can make a check.
I do. I'm money's on my mind. Mine's on the money. Hold on. Let's take a look here.
True. I would be looking too then.
30-20.
Nice. Anybody else? Monifa?
I'm just gonna try perception. 21, unnatural. Cool. Stupid.
Between you, Karma, and Monifa, you're each able to find a plant growing out of the water that is difficult to uproot, but matches the description that Tindrin Pillar gave you of the Styx root. You each find 2.
Yes!
Oh, nice. We don't even need those anymore, but we might be able to use them to, like, you know, maybe you'll pay us if we bring them.
Yeah, use them for moving.
Exactly.
Oh, hello, yes, Miss Ghostman. Do you know where the museum is?
You guys continue along. Tindrin did say he wants a bundle of 5, and then he would cut down that price, which he already gave you, the cut down price. So just keep in mind, if you return without 5, he'll likely make you pay the full price.
That's fine. Well, I mean, we could use it to get another bargain if need be. So we have 2 so far.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4. We each found 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we only need 1 more. Oh, nice.
No. You each found 1. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, alright.
Between the 2 of you, you found 2.
Vip paid 5K for Raphael's thing, so we still technically need them for that reason. Can't we
Yes,
just...
I would be happy to buy another one. If we don't find all 5, that's fine.
We'll keep an eye out.
We'll find whatever we need. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Are these wieldy? I can't think of it easier. They're easy to, like, stow away. They're not.
The root is thick and tangly. It is like a dark black color. You kind of have to like smush it into your packs just because of its odd, irregular shape. But it's not like incredibly difficult that would cause you any like, you don't have to stop or anything. You just kind of like have to push it extra hard to actually just get it into the rest of your stuff in your packs.
OBs would have helped.
Okay.
18.
You do not find any OBs.
This is a stupid game.
You see
Wait,
plenty. Oh, go ahead, Amanda.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say you see plenty of flora around here, OBs, just not anything that reminds you of the Styx root that the others just found. What were you gonna say, Amanda?
So we can see the museum?
In the
Right.
distance above the tree line, you can still see the top of what looks to be the what you assume, as told to you by Lom and the Resplendent, a crystalline form of this massive museum structure in the distance. It's getting closer.
It's still pretty like far away though.
It's weird here. The more you step, it's getting closer, but in a strange way, the amount of time that you would think looking up at it and walking towards it, it would take, it feels like it's actually taking less time. Like you're getting there quicker than you would normally assume. You just looking up get the sense that it would probably take 5 more minutes to get there. But with each step you take, it just seems to grow larger, strangely enough, and larger.
I mean, that's good. We're getting there faster, I suppose.
Is there some kind of like magical effect that does that normally? Can I do some kind of arcana check on that?
Sure.
That's another crit.
Oh, look at all these crits.
I was going to give you guidance if
Oh.
you're good.
All the subs everybody bought tonight.
We crit like hell. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Karma, you remember Lom specifically telling you guys that without an invitation, you may be wandering the foggy mists surrounding the Museum of the Bog forever. And only with the invitation that you have on your party are you being whisked closer and closer towards the museum. It is indeed a magical effect on this area.
Devil magic.
Still, quite a clever way to guard your fortress.
This is not just its fortress, this is its lair.
Same
Yes.
thing.
No. Very
Close
different. Very scary different.
Cassius, you hear unintelligible whispers in your ear.
This is fine. This is fine. What's the worst that could happen?
I look over to Raphael and I tap my ear.
What?
I kind of give the like hand gesture like talking, and then I just gesture to my ear and then just start looking around and shrug.
Right. OBs, I say psychically to OBs.
Yes.
Cassius wants to begin a conversation telepathically. Perhaps you can facilitate.
Voices. I'm hearing voices.
Can always start the conversations. Excellent. Okay. It is Ghost. We are moving fast, yes?
Hopefully.
Yes.
Well, we shall away. Unless maybe she knows where to museum.
We're getting to the museum. We're fine.
It's impossible. I'm sure she wasn't invited.
This is true.
You all
Wait.
press on, carrying OBs on top of your shoulders.
How long has it been?
It feels like it's probably been 15 or so minutes traversing through the bog here.
All right.
As each of you look up, you assume it'd probably take like another 5 or so minutes, kind of just trying to do the math in your head, looking at the structure up above the tree line and where you're currently at, located in distance from it. But similar to what you see, Alloy, everyone else sees that the place just seems to just sort of like pop up right in front of you as you, before you would anticipate reaching it, find yourselves reaching a clearing where the foliage disperses. The only thing surrounding this area is the kind of muddy ground before you. Although next to this massive black, dark green crystalline structure, it's kind of set on solid stone outside of the muck. And you see what you assume to be the museum itself. As you kind of look around this area, this kind of just makeup of crystals on crystals. Think of like Superman's Fortress of Solitude, just like this mass of crystal bodies piled on top of one another. This one just black and dark green in color. As you kind of peer around to see any sort of features on this maybe organic home, you don't notice any doors that appear to be visible anywhere.
Huh.
The invitation, yes?
Yes.
Who has invitation? We remember to bring invitation, yes?
Karma has it.
Yeah, we should all have individually named invitations. You all brought your own invitations, right?
Oh, of course.
If that's
Yeah.
something my character would have remembered in person, yes.
Okay, check your back pocket then. You have it, and let's all take them out.
Everyone has their invitations in hand.
Raphael walks up and just taps his on the stone a
You-
couple of times.
Tap it on the stone, Raphael, and on the first tap, you almost quickly let go because as soon as you're done with the tap, your invitation just lights up on fire and
Oh,
just
shit.
quickly, within like a half a second, just burns up and out of existence.
Okay, I have erred greatly, it seems. My invitation is gone.
Oh, well,
Out here.
maybe it's accepted. Hold on, maybe it's accepted.
Can you walk through wall now? Maybe get running head start.
Head down.
I say a quick prayer, and I touch the wall.
You touch the crystalline wall, Raphael, despite this whole area being a very uncomfortably hot, like nasty stench and this kind of warm, gross heat. The cold stone touches your hand and feels chilly to the touch, but nothing happens.
Oh no.
Oh, you fucked up. You fucked up so hard.
Well, what kind of self-respecting demon doesn't respect its own invites? You there, collector!
I would like to make an Arcana check on this
Okay.
whole house.
Sure.
And I have 3 +1s, by the way, built up.
So you can only use a +1 by itself for each check. So
Yes,
they
I
don't
will-
stack, but you can certainly use one of those 3
I
for
will
this.
use 1.
We have come by invitation. Allow us into your domicile. Raphael continues yelling at the wall.
With your 19 Arcana check, Aloy, you get the sense...
It's a 20 with a plus.
20 with a +1. With your 20, you get the sense that what Raphael probably did was right. There doesn't seem to be an entryway until probably the entire group that was expected to arrive with their invitations presents them.
Okay. I'm like, okay, guys, hold on. I think this is how it works. We should all do it. And I go and I do it too.
You
Like,
tap
touch, yeah.
and then quickly let go as you see yours just light up, and within like half a second, it's gone. Just a tiny bit of wisp of smoke from where it once
I'm
held.
invisible, so all you can see is just like my invitation
Yeah.
floating.
It's the ghost.
Flick mine at it and see if it accepts it.
It kind of slaps against the crystalline surface and catches on flame and disappears.
Okay, we'll go last.
I follow suit.
I guess, yeah.
Obese puts his on there. Hello, we are looking for museum, and keeps poking it with.
On the first poke, it evaporates in flame, as well as yours, Cassius and Monifa. Vip?
Grab the pixie out of the bag.
Oh,
He says he already done.
No.
Zip goes.
Put him back in the bag. Thank you.
Vip, you tap yours, and it catches in flame. The ground, the stony ground beneath you begins to tremble. The entire structure begins to shift. The large crystals begin to move and turn. And now a small entryway reveals itself through a tunnel-like appearance that seems to lead inside an open area within.
All right, everyone stick together. Keep your hands to yourself.
We are about to enter a place most foul. Everyone keep your wits about you. and Pelor will deliver us from
again,
evil.
And again, keep your hands to yourself, honestly.
Indeed. A fine rule.
And your
Everyone
spells,
enters.
and your sacred vowels. Yeah.
Okay. You all begin to enter through the entryway. As you all enter, you find yourselves moving through the smaller entryway and stepping into a featureless room. Black crystal walls and floors that are softly lit around you by a strange ambient glow that seems to pervade this space around you all. Some of you have dark vision, is that correct?
300 feet up.
300 feet.
Correct.
Yeah.
The ambient glow around you doesn't come from any candlelight or anything like that. It just seems to surround you like 30 or so feet. And those of you with dark vision would expect to see out however far this room is, but you don't. Your vision only extends about 30, 40 feet before things turn into darkness.
Spooky.
These would try to make, well, like an Arcana check, I guess.
Sure.
Why I not see that far?
Why I not see that far?
If a 23 doesn't do it, I'll spend a side point for 24.
I will say with your 23, you get the sense that it is likely because there is strong magics in the domain of an archdevil.
Yeah.
Does
Does
it reminds everybody, stay close.
is it low light surrounding us?
It's
Like would I want to crack light? You know?
no, you can see fine, but it's just like this strange pervasive light around you. As you all step in, the last person who steps through, you all kind of feel the shift in the ground and look behind you as the entryway begins to close. The crystalline form shifting over the way that you entered.
Oh, it's a good sign.
The space inside here feels almost the opposite from the outside bog area. There's a cold bite in the air, an uncomfortable chill that seems to just run straight through you whenever you move around in here. It feels like no amount of covering or clothing that any of you are wearing seems to affect this cold feeling. There's this strange, uncomfortable sensation that each of you feel like you're naked, even being fully clothed. There is a square entrance that begins to form on one of the walls nearby in this featureless black room that creates itself. And stepping through the crystal entryway is a small creature. Hang on just a second. Let me just see here. Okay.
Is it an imp? I hope it's an imp. Oh,
Ooh.
it's cuter.
Little frog boy.
It's a groan.
You watch as bulging eyes stare unblinkingly at you from an oversized head that seems held up by what looks like some type of strange bone neck brace. This creature has mottled green skin, but is covered by rich robes. It sort of looks up at each of you and studies you, and then collectively, without moving its mouth, you begin to hear a voice in each of your minds. Let me see and test if this works. Hang on.
Does this sound weird?
Oh no, it worked.
Okay.
It's good.
Good weird, yeah.
You hear in your minds a voice that sounds like the mixture of a deep demonic growl and that of an innocent child. It says,
Hello, investors.
and it holds up each of your invitations in a webbed hand.
Greetings.
It unblinkingly stares for a second and says,
You are here to see the curator?
Yes.
Correct.
Please, follow me.
And it turns and begins to slap its webbed feet across the floor through the entryway where it entered.
Well, I suppose we have no choice. Let's follow the thing.
Yeah.
As you each kind of follow through, making your way through this sort of like created hallway in the crystalline structure, you find yourselves walking into a vast open area that seems to stretch on for some length as far as your vision will let you see out. It at least seems bigger just by the nature of the room that you walk in, as you can't see any other walls than the one that you kind of enter through. Up above, with what limited sight you have, magic or not, you can all see what looks like just rows and rows, this mass of what looks like human-sized ornate glass, what can only be described as cages that hang by a chain above that itself seems to continue to stretch up into just pure darkness. Nearby, you can see a humanoid figure that stands close to you, dressed in probably, like 30 or so feet away, dressed in stylish and bright garb, their hair purple with mixtures of shades and a bit of blue in it. A number of bobs and braids run through it. The figure is looking on into a cage that seems to have been lowered via one of the long chains that seems to have descended from the ceiling area, and is now at eye level to the figure as they look in. You can see behind the glass of this cage what looks like a thick, smoky mist that kind of waxes inside the dark interior. The small, frog-like creature turns to each of you and says,
Wait one moment.
And steps over to the brightly dressed humanoid. The humanoid turns to them and kind of looks down, and they're speechless for a second before the figure says, "Yes, of course." And the small frog-like creature begins to walk off into the darkness. The figure turns to each of you all and begins to step on over, kind of taking a second to study you all. So this is gone. You see the figure begin to step on over. You can now see as they step over that there is a swirl of what looks like maybe arcane energies. These motes of glowing, shifting colors that surrounds this form of what looks like an indeterminable gender. They step up and say, "Oh, hello, investors."
Hello, curator. Thanks for the invitations.
Oh, I appreciate the honor, but I am not the curator of this place. Just a simple visitor, looking and appreciating the vast quantity of art stored within.
So this person looks like an eidolon, the way you described it?
Kind of, yes. Although their form seems almost more extravagant than the eidolon.
You have us at a disadvantage. You know us, and we do not know you.
Oh, yes, you're right. The name is Romulus. I am Rhaegar, he says, extending a hand to each of you.
Nice to meet you, Romulus.
What brings you here?
He responds, but first I'm going to have Obese roll me a d10 for a curio from Queen Gore.
Hey.
Congratulations on your win.
Queen won.
Evil black shard that destroys a single creature.
That is a 4.
With your 4 OBs, you kind of just take note of some of the items in your pack, and happened to find a broken golden rod engraved with geometric patterns. When thrown at a target, the curio explodes into a cloud of concealing smoke.
Nice.
Oh, excellent. I have 20 of these.
Man, whenever we get in a fight finally, we're just gonna have so much shit to just throw at them. It's gonna be great.
We're gonna be before we use any character resources.
What was your question again, Cassius? I'm sorry.
I said, what brings you here?
The figure Romulus says, I was simply admiring the beautiful and bountiful amount of art that the curator has stored here. I myself consider myself an artisan and was requested by a old Regarian friend that I should stop by and look upon the works of what the curator has collected. And quite a collection they have.
You consider this art?
Of course.
I
Art comes
see.
in many forms.
I guess.
It's like Halcyon being a showpiece inside of an archdevil's lair is probably a high honor.
So, Cassius, what brings you all here?
A meeting, so to speak.
Oh, meeting with the curator then.
Correct.
Are
Yes.
you here to take a look at the arts yourself?
The curator collects many things. We wish to see if he has some things that we are looking for.
I see. Interesting.
How did you this again?
Well, I have been, let's say, keeping a close eye on you all.
While we were here in the abyss,
No, for some time now.
Huh.
are you with the Bastion?
I am, let's just say, as a Rhaegar, an independent contractor. I have done a variety of projects for the Bastion in the past. A number of them I am told that the Bastion employees are prohibited from being spoken about to anyone outside of the faction itself. Though I would like to point out I myself am not an employee. You may know me because I am the artisan creator of the Eye of the Arbiter that you all use.
Really?
That's correct.
Insight check.
Aid?
Sure.
I already have advantage on it. Just a simple. Is
Well,
he
that-
telling the truth?
Now you have advantage without just a yes or no question. Because I'm fucking helping you on this
True.
shit.
Bay, give me a D4 roll. You just got bought a bullion package.
Zip got one a couple minutes ago also.
Yeah, roll your D4s and keep those numbers in mind. Thank you, Bay. And thank you, Queen Gore, for that.
Ooh.
That'll be a big 11.
Holy shit, you blew it. You shit the bed on this one.
That's a tall order considering the high magnitude of magic surrounding not just the eye, but the entire shrine itself that you use to do your arbitrations from.
OB's got a 16.
With a 16, sounds like they're being sincere.
So, what is the creator of such a splendid device truthfully doing here? After all, it seems coincidental, a little bit too coincidental, that you, someone that has proclaimed to be studying us, winds up at our destination before we arrive.
Yes, you are right. It's not complete coincidence. Every time you arbitrate, I am able to collect all of the information that you send. So I have a decent predilection on where you would be headed next. I was on my way here anyway to view the sights and splendor of the museum and figured I may bump into you along the way.
Interesting.
And things worked out.
You're the one changing the vote.
What do you mean change?
You mean you don't know?
No. I created the device, Raphael. I know everything about it. But it seems as though some of you are in the dark regarding the inner workings of the device.
We have many questions, yes.
Well, let me try and explain. As he says this, you hear the sound of a clinking chain, and the humanoid-sized cage that you saw him looking through previously begins to pull back up and towards the ceiling where all of the rows of the other cages are.
Can I see who was in there?
All you see was a dark, swirling mist. The figure says, "Back in the infancy of Halcyon, the Gilderkins of the Bastion had me create a device that would serve as a covert mediary that could relay information to the Consortium faction without the tricky issue of interlopers getting in the way. Corporate espionage is alive and well in the city, and even back then it was the same. I built the device and set it inside a fake shrine to Joaquin, and covered the entire area with some other arcane protections to prevent a variety of ways to tamper with it. You see, when used, the eye of the Arbiter scans the surface-level thoughts of its users in regard to whatever current affair the Bastion has assigned you to. This could be names, locations, items, basic details to keep things simple. The information is then sent telepathically to the leaders of Bullionaire Bastion, or at the very least the highest in command if the Gilderkins, for example, are not available. That is the basic workings of the device. I'm sure you were probably informed of this."
How decided by whom? You say to the Gilderkins or else, but who decides or else?
The device
Or else,
does.
meaning like, or something. Oh, okay.
Let's just say if the Gilderkins are not present and close by Halcyon, it will go to whoever is below that chain of command.
It was just an odd phrasing of the question. It is, how does it decide who is belonging in this chain of command?
It is magical nature. It simply knows who has the highest status and is currently residing in Halcyon, who is part of the Bastion, and sends the information directed to them.
Is this how to say this? Is this sentient or binary? Does it know that it's making the choice, or it follows like a computer program? It fires at the first one in line, then the second one in line if the first one doesn't pick up, kind of thing.
I think it could be more equated to something like a program, if you will. It is powerful magics. I am not sure if you're aware, but we Rhaegar are few and rare in number, but each of us possess a specific art that we deal in. And when we create things, items, they are well worthy of their time and energy.
Is it possible that this command, the hierarchy is subverted somehow? We have reason to believe that this report is not always to whom we expected.
I see. That, my friend Obese, is where my art comes in. You see, my particular Rhaegarian art is the art of dilemma. I created the arbitration device as given an order from the Gilderkins, who hired me to do so, knowing full well that all that money and wealth that they possessed would make it practically impossible to allow any alternative or opposing factions to usurp the Bastion for whatever means. Thus I decided to add my particular pinch of art into the device, secretly of course, even from the Gilderkins themselves. You see, the eye is capable of sending the information each of you share with it to whatever the largest rival faction exists within this city. That could be the Bastion, or it could be any others of your choosing, so long as they are of a certain tier that rivals the Bastion. There is no doubt that you've likely perhaps even run into some of these before.
Yes.
Once or twice, probably.
If, for example, one of you chose and thought it better that this alternative faction would be better off commandeering the rule of Halcyon than the Bastion would be, the device has been set up to, let's say, allow you to choose this method. You see, even if an individual chooses to send the telepathically scanned information to a rival faction, Bastion will still receive the information as though they were arbitrated for normally. Thus, they will be none the wiser.
The simplest explanations. It makes perfect sense.
This is a tool for usurping the, This is a tool for usurping. No more statement.
If chosen to be used as such.
Oh.
That is the dilemma that I put into the device, the dilemma that now presents itself for you as well as the Bastion at large.
A tool for the people, then. I have one question more. We interface through these badge, yes.
Correct.
I do not know how to make question. Why? Why us, I suppose?
He studies each of you and says, "That's a question only the Gudikins could answer, I suppose."
I am starting to hate that exact string of words.
Are there only 7 badges?
Yes.
I mean...
This question. I like.
I'm sure the Bastion has the authority to allow access to the Shrine of Valkeen to whomever they permit. I would assume that you are the only 7 that have this currently.
Now you're a neutral party in all of this, correct?
Yes.
Would you mind sharing a question and opinion with us?
Sure.
You've seen clearly what we've been arbitrating, what we've seen, what we've been involved in.
Every single bit, yes, but more out of curiosity than trying to act on it.
My question is, do you think Halcyon will stand at the end of all of this?
Cassius, that, my friend, is your dilemma and for you to decide.
Now, your opinion.
Do
you think any of
ahead.
us are doing the right thing?
I do not deal in rights and wrongs.
Clearly.
That's what I thought.
This one only presents dilemma, she says. He says, they say.
That's correct, yes. Let's just say that if any of you were... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Romulus says, let's just say that any of you decide that perhaps it's better off, that you feel as though an alternative power should eventually usurp the Bastion. The device has been built in such a way to allow you to do so in a way that Bastion will not be aware of. As I mentioned, when you send your votes, even if it is to a rival faction, the Bastion still receives that information as though they were arbitrated for originally. The kicker, you see, is in how fast the telepathic information is sent. During your periods of arbitration, whoever receives the most arbitrated votes gets the information the quickest, meaning they can act on it before the others, thus solidifying another step hold in their power.
This, I think, we might have known.
You see, Bastion may be receiving all the arbitrated information, but if enough allegiance is placed to a rival faction, it is they who can act upon it the quickest, gaining a momentous advancement within the city and putting them one step closer to overtaking it for themselves.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Llama's been ahead of the rest of the factions this whole time, then.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
What do you mean?
I mean... No, that can't be right.
Here, my question. Sorry.
Go ahead.
My question kind of dovetails into this. Do we have the math right that Bastion should have been late last time?
That's up to you guys.
No, I'm saying we all know.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, because most of us voted for my soul except for a few or whatever, and then...
Okay.
Except for 2 of us, I believe.
Yeah. All right, sorry.
Now, is it possible to cheat the system, if you will? Say, collectively, we all tried our hardest and put our brains together and arbitrated false information, or to a source that's outside of any of these factions. Is that a possibility?
The device prevents this.
It is a wasted vote, Cassius. We have spoken of these.
Never do a third
No,
party.
I'm
You're
not
just throwing your vote away.
I speak not of just the third party, but the information in general, though.
To be clear, you are not choosing to share the information with the Eye of the Arbiter. The Eye of the Arbiter is choosing to select the information it needs. You cannot give it a false answer. Nor can you choose any other faction besides those who have the highest hold on power within Halcyon, which you will likely realize is currently 3.
Is there a way to move the Arbiter? Is it like a movable thing?
You cut out on the verb. To do what with it?
Move.
To relocate it?
To relocate it. Just curious.
I wouldn't suggest it, unless you have a lot of pickaxes and time.
Ah, gotcha.
Is there a reason... You say 3, but really there are 4 factions in play. Is there a reason that the demons are excluded?
I suppose you bring up a good point. If any of you are particularly feisty, I suppose there could be 4, yes.
Well, I know no one in our group would choose something so foolish, so forget I even brought it up.
Karma asked a good question. How many badges can access this thing?
As many as the Bastion permits to access.
It is only Bastion that can anoint these badges? It is not other factions?
No other factions. The Bastion are the ones who control the badges themselves. They imbue the badges with their magic from the wizards.
You do make a duplicitous device.
It is very clever.
All I have created is a dilemma to each of you in terms of who should be maintaining a proper city. If the employees of the Bastion find that another group is better suited to the throne, then the dilemma permitted to them is that they have the power to do so covertly, to enact this transition of authority, hoping that their newfound leaders will do the right thing, as they call it.
Do you have other pieces of art in Halcyon?
Plenty, yes.
That we might know of?
None that you would know of, no.
That you would let us know of?
Not currently, no.
You are... Well, I guess who you say you are.
This is good information to have regardless. We had started getting the idea that our arbitrations were getting intercepted. It seems the device was just misunderstood by us.
No, provided the Bastion has allowed only you 7 to access it, and I would fear that they would, seeing as they want to keep things as hush-hush, considering all of the heel biters that they already have trying to take over, that it is as safe as each of the 7 you permit it to be.
I wonder if I know this in character. Was there another faction before the Gilderkins?
No, they're the ones who founded the city.
Okay. No more questions, Your Honor.
there is a shift that begins to happen at the far wall. Kind of outside of you, you can hear the sound of shifting crystal. And Romulus looks up and says, "Well, I should probably be going. It looks like you're all going to have your hands full. It was...
Do you have a card? Can we talk?
If we are to talk, I will contact you. Consider this a very gracious amount of information I provided you, but it was truly nice to meet all of you. Nice meeting you.
Pleasure.
Investors," they say,
Indeed.
bowing. And they begin to walk out, disappearing into the darkness.
This one should not be trusted for opinion. Fact, but not opinion. He's,
I do trust him on one thing. I believe what he told us about the device is correct.
Agree.
Returning from the darkness in front of you is the small frog creature that looks to each of you and says,
Your payment for the entrance fee has been collected.
What?
I am the curator. Welcome to my soul museum. Would you like to see a soul?
Razim,
Razim, let me check.
Well, you don't think he meant anything uncouth about payment, do you?
I'm very much trying not to think about it.
Okay, all right.
a clear film kind of covers the curator's eyes, covering their eyes in a deep black. There is a moment of silence before the clear, kind of translucent coverings over the eyes pulls back, and the curator says,
Yes, there is a Razim here. I will go fetch them. Please wait.
Pardon the interruption before you leave for this task. You mentioned payment. I don't recall any of us ever handing anything over for payment. Could you elaborate?
Yes. Payment was initiated by a Lam and paid in advance.
Right. The invitations. Right. I'm sorry, Karma. What did Lam pay with?
You have never gotten gift before, I can tell.
I'm an inquisitor. I inquisit.
Perhaps we should discuss after.
The curator sort of like looks around and up at the ceiling and then back at each of you and says,
7 entrants, 7 souls.
I probably could have guessed that. Sorry to interrupt you. Please continue.
I will go fetch Razim. Please, hold on a moment.
Bobby says, well, I saved my soul. I've got the wizard on the stairs. You guys
7 souls are damned to hell.
I didn't know.
Because we took the easy path.
I didn't know.
No, this is not just your fault. This is my fault for going along with this. This is my fault for agreeing to listen to that toad in the restaurant. Never again.
Sounds like Lom just got in good with an archdevil.
After about a minute, you hear the sound of shifting steel and chain as you all look up and watch as the cages all up above begin to shift around as if they're collectively attached to a massive unseen rail or something up in the darkness. The sound finally stops after about 20 seconds. One of the nearby soul cages, almost directly above you all, begins to lower via chain. You hear the sound of it shifting and begins to drop. You almost hear the ambient sound of whispers coming from up above, and the large cage finally stops at eye level. You can see that it's made up of 6 solid glass plates surrounded and held together by a very ornate brass frame. This entire creation hangs in front of you. The interior through the glass is dark and murky, filled with a shifting smoke. What do you do?
I bardic inspiration karma and says, well, there's our soul.
Razim, can you hear me?
There is a second of silence before you hear, who's there?
Razim, my name is Karma. I have a few questions for you about your wonderful son.
I am Razim.
Okay, that's good.
Very good, Rizzy.
You made a device, a son, right?
Yes, I am the creator of the star that hangs above on Halcyon.
Guys, I'm freezing here. What do I ask him?
Tell him we have reason to believe there is a plot to destroy or subvert this magical device. I don't know where to go from there, though.
Razim.
Yes.
What type of magics or power would be able to extinguish your son?
Why?
Someone is threatening to destroy it, and we need to know how to protect your son.
Or how they need to dismantle it.
My star is the only thing saving Halcyon.
That's why we need to protect it.
It's in danger.
Aware of this, yeah?
The danger is inside the star.
Oh, no.
What does that mean?
I was tasked by the Gilderkins to create the structure of the star under duress of the guild's leader, a demonic mutant known as the Sheen.
Oh,
An
jeez.
unholy mixture of Marilith and Medusa blood with the power to turn people not to stone, but gold.
This tracks.
Yeah.
That's
So-
inside.
This was meant to be the base of operations for the guild. The interior of the sun is hollow, and while extremely hot, the fiery resistance of demonic kind would make it a welcome home. There they could come and go, turning citizens into pure gold. I myself am a powerful wizard who is working with other wizards of my ring on Halcyon. But, go ahead, Luke.
So is it a prison or a home you made for them?
A prison I created. I could not allow the desecration of the city by the Sheen to freely traverse its streets, terrorizing and ending the lives of its citizens. When the time came to finalize the structure, I alone stayed inside along with the Sheen and her cohorts, casting a strong spell over the star, such that she would be forcibly trapped within it, unable to escape and ruin the lives of its citizens, knowing full well I was giving up my life to do so.
See, this is why you never leave a job half done. You do not trap a demon. You do not enslave a demon as a pet. You kill them. You smite them. Otherwise, it causes trouble down the road.
How is it that your soul ended up here?
I was convinced in my death I would go to be with my God, but I found my soul absconded, trapped here inside this cage by that devilish creature.
Who do you pray to? Who is your god?
My God is Palor.
Oh, but of course, only one that worships the sun could make such a reasonable facsimile.
The stars.
If you wish to stop the guild, you would do well, as this one has said, to end the life of its leader, the Sheen, though you'd need to find a way inside the star.
Brother. Go ahead, Karma.
I was just gonna say, do you know of any ways?
No. I've been trapped here so long in this endless, maddening darkness. I feel as though I am losing myself.
You all know I can't leave him here, right?
I know that you cannot step out of line while we're here.
I ask that you please allow this devout soul to return to the God he serves. My son assembled to them. I, Razimachi Mazzarelli, wish to see him again.
Wait, what? Do what? That is my family name. Wait.
This is a trick. This has gotta be a trick.
Insight check?
Sure.
Do I know of someone in my family tree that
Make a history check.
happened to be the exact guy that we were looking
At
for
advantage.
the entire time?
Oh, Uncle Steve.
Oh, Razim! Oh,
not Razim.
There's so many Razims in my family. I thought, what are the chances?
Cassius,
That's a common name.
sounds like you assume they're being honest. Raphael, how much would your character know of your family bloodline?
I mean, not a lot. His father Job was a minister on backwoods village in Udu.
Did you know your grandfather, for example?
Probably not, because I imagine Raphael's dad was like an old dad, you know?
Then you are unsure, Raphael, although his name does seem to have the same last name as you.
Razim, did you know a Job in your family?
My son, Amos.
What the fuck? It's my granddad! You all know I can't leave my granddad here!
You said something other than that. He said Amos.
Received word soon before my death that Amos's wife was pregnant. They were to have a babe that they named Job.
It's my great-granddad! You all know I can't leave my great-granddad here!
You
Father?
thinks this is the way that this is.
Poker face, father.
Razim, you are in this horrible prison, and I am sorry.
Please break my cage so that I
Would
can
you
be
have-
free.
Yes, would you have us break your cage at the cost of 7 lives? 7 souls. Would you have us do that?
This is all crazy talks.
Shut up! Shut up!
No, I will not. I am
Okay,
stopping these attacks because many reasons.
It's no attack. I'm just asking a question.
We are.
What if he says no?
Because if he says the other, then this one is going crazy.
Then you know what to do then, Ovies.
I know that I am going to get us all out of here, and that includes not starting trouble while we are here.
Hold on, I just want to make an Arcana check just to see, like, how you could possibly let him out.
Sure.
And use a +1.
Oh,
Okay.
thank God. Somebody with a square head.
Oh, it's
Oh,
12.
no.
You see, using your magical detection, you see no potential doorways or anything on here. And almost get the feeling that through magical means it would be extremely difficult to break through.
Would he do anything? I'm just asking a question to Razim.
All right. The short answer is that he would turn to Raph and say, "This is not the time. I have offered you my chains. If this is where they lead, we will return. Now, we have a mission that does not include saving this soul. Ours are in hell forever if we do not return."
I have gone with a lot of things that I'm sure I will regret. But I am not leaving my blood here, in hell, when he belongs at the right hand of Pelor.
I could share more information if you would just help me be free.
Is the curator still nearby?
Yeah.
You don't see the curator anywhere.
Louise
Wait.
bangs on the window. "You shut up in there."
No.
Did you say it would be hard to undo it using magical means?
Yes.
Okay.
Looks like it's pretty strongly magically fortified.
We could offer a trade.
Father,
Yeah, I'm
look
listening.
at me.
I'm looking at
eye
you.
contact, please.
Eye contact is unblinking right now.
I need you to listen to what I'm about to say, and I need you to think clearly. Can you do that right now?
My thoughts are as always clear as a summer's day, not a cloud in the sky. What are you going to tell me?
Now, I understand you want your family out of demon jail.
Yes.
We are not to touch it. However, I have been known to make contracts with demons that work. How bad do you need me to make this deal for you?
Raphael,
It's not a
thinks
trick question.
really hard
think.
though. I need this done. I would be failing my entire ancestry and clergy all at once if we left here and Razim was still in this cage.
You would damn us all if you would open it.
The problem is
We're not
if you mess with
We're-
the cage.
we're not messing with everybody. Calm down. We're not messing with the cage. I love my family more than anything. But listen, there's always a deal to be had. Father, look at me.
I'm looking. I'm still looking. I
I'm-
haven't stopped looking.
I like to make jokes, but I'm being serious.
Yes.
If I can get your family out of this cage, I need you to trust me for one arbitration.
Deal.
I want to ask Razim something.
This
Mm-hmm.
Did you willingly work with demons?
No, they are terrible creatures. I gave my life to trap one so that it would not damn Halcyon.
Yes.
Louise
Yes.
bangs on the window again in a high-pitched voice, a panicked voice says, "Stop talking!"
Hey Vip,
Good brother.
do you think he'd let out one soul for another?
What?
Now, I don't like where this train of thought is going. Yeah.
Father, let good brother speak.
Hypothetical?
hypothetically, one soul for another, in certain demoness's eyes, souls are equal. So a trade for one for another is possible, yes.
I have an idea of how to fix all of this for all of us.
In my ear, please. Or in front of everyone, if you don't mind confidentialities, okay?
Well, we offer them Lom instead.
No.
I don't. Who owns Lom's? Who owns Lom's soul? I don't own Lom's soul.
No,
That's.
we don't
I
have
think
that
the curator might.
Oh, okay. We
Possible.
promise souls too.
Just saying it's a thing.
Everyone
But-
he has power. We promise him that.
But how mayhaps, good brother, you promised to deliver said soul. That's quite a parlay there.
No, just curious if it's possible, that's all. You think he would let him
it's
go
possible.
for...
How do we know?
It's
anything?
possible to promise the world.
Go ahead, Kevin. What was your question?
How do we know this? We're assuming a lot. Wouldn't we need to ask the curator if they're willing to trade?
No, that's my question. We would have to speak with the curator first. I mean, not to shake any hands or sign any deals without, but just see if the curator would allow that. Simple business, no ifs, ands, or buts, but would you be willing to? We don't have to shake on it.
I think that this is fine if the curator would agree to something. I will gladly remove Lum and the family at some point from Halcyon, one way or the other. But I am also curious about Vip, your proposal.
Before we think more about this, I have one point of order to make, which is we are here on Lom's time. Lom, very good at collecting debts. Yes, I have collected many debts for Lom. I do not wish to be on the bad side of the law.
I do.
Also, sorry, I can't help you with this because my soul's on the line. Lom just has to do whatever she has to do with it, and I'm good as gone. So, sorry about your great granddad.
If you help me release him, I will vote in your favor at the next arbitration.
I have offered you the
What I was
opposite.
getting at.
I have.
Come on.
Yes, Cassius.
If he wants 7 souls to be paid to him for this work, I'm sure Lom will take any souls around. Yours is already promised to Lom. Clearly, we cannot give yours. It's a little bit of a loophole here. I'm assuming Lom will take other souls to give to the curator for this. But if Lom is sent to this man, creature, archdevil, whatever, he will not have a contract with us. He will not have your soul, nor will he have the soul of this man's great-grandfather, was it?
Indeed.
Talking crazy. You guys, you can't offer the soul of a devil who owns you to an archdevil. They're already like sort of in league with each other. This guy is literally a Paylord devout dude who made a son. Why would she or it trade anything for a devil's soul if devils even have soul?
Well, what do you think, Vip?
So, well, that's unfortunate. Getting at, which you volunteered, botheredness, was I was asking for your trust in the form of you arbitrating the way I needed you to. In exchange, I would happily.
I assume that's what you meant.
I would happily, yes, in exchange, no bamboozles, would negotiate with said collector on behalf of your family. I would like your family not in here. So I would do what's within my realm, negotiating to get them out. With that being said, I don't own Lom's soul. I can't negotiate Lom's soul because I can't have a way to pay for it by giving Lom's soul over. But everybody has a price. I'm pretty good at finding it. And what I could say is, I think I could figure out, that's also unfortunate, I could figure out how to negotiate with the collector to see if there's a way we could get your family back out with us.
As I mentioned to Karma, if you all help me do this, I will overlook my better judgment, and I will agree to arbitrate in Karma's favor.
I will help you do this, but not now, not today.
Yes, now!
What about another soul?
I cannot help with this. We are damning ourselves for this. I will not.
Just
Raphael.
let the pixie talk. Can we do that?
Give me one crack at it, Big Red. Give me one crack at a deal. That's all I'm asking. And I will be in service to you.
I feel like you're getting off easy. I haven't tried to smite the cage with holy magic at all yet.
Yes,
I mean,
And we appreciate
my
your
restraint. My restraint, Obese.
Your
you
soul
find
is
yourself. You would find yourself in hell
Raphael.
for eternity. I don't know. This is you saving you, not you saving me.
Restraint.
You saving you.
Raphael, you must restrain. Just think if someone was to come into the Church of Pelor on a good deal and start defiling sacrificial artifacts for no reason.
Yes, imagine.
Yes,
Reason or not.
I think I'm
You
being
would be-
very even keel right now.
You are, and we appreciate
Yes.
it, and I hope you continue to do so.
Indeed. Raphael's eyes are like sparking a little bit.
If you do something strange and aggressive, I don't have leverage to get family out of here.
I understand. I am not a zealot. I am not a barbarian. I can control my temper.
And
Now,
in addition
please.
to this,
Yes.
if we do not start fight here, I will help you back.
All right. Let's talk then. Let's see what we can do.
I want to just make one more investigation check on this cage.
Okay.
Can I assist?
Sure. If you're trained in
How
it.
many-
Fish for
Means you
a
could
crit.
do it again.
Fish
Crit.
for a crit.
So I roll again.
One
Yep.
more roll. When somebody assists you, you get to roll twice.
Oh.
Okay. 23 is still good. You kind of do a once over walking around the soul cage alloy and find that its design is actually pretty immaculate between your arcana check you did before. This is a pretty powerful in the prime material would probably be considered like an artifact that is able to just hold the soul of what was once a living being trapped within, and there is no easy way besides what you assume to be perhaps the curator's magic themselves to allow a creature to exit from it, unless with your investigation check just a sheer amount of physical force was applied to the glass.
Crack it, Obese! Throw a rock at it!
This is more than I can handle. They have already yielded. Or,
Okay.
I imagine. Hello?
Yeah.
You're talking to me?
Yeah, I said I've already wailed on it a bunch. I imagine that it's well beyond my reach.
I mean, were you like wailing to crack it, or were you just wailing to shut up?
Well, I mean, I was still
Spirit
hitting
inside.
it. Do I get an idea of it being pretty solid?
Oh
I
yeah,
could make
you,
it
you
into
did absolutely nothing to it.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Do we have any more questions for him, or should we proceed to speaking with the curator?
I think that we should speak to the curator.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
I suppose.
We get ourselves into hell!
We're not getting sent anywhere.
Well, we will see.
No, we're already there.
All right, Razine. thank
Nobody
you
has
for your time.
questions? Do we want to see more souls?
No, I thought we were going to talk to the curator.
The curator first.
Yep.
We're trying to shuffle along to that. Yeah, we'll do that.
You guys stand before the
Do
soul
I just-
cage and nothing else in this massive room.
Do I just yell out, curator I've come to bargain, or
As you say that, the soul cage begins to lift up and ascend up towards the cluster of soul cages at the ceiling. Shifting of crystalline wall, out steps the small form of the curator.
Come on, Obese, you could take him. He's just a little frog.
Curator, I have one question before we move along with any business.
Did you like my collection?
You have a wonderful collection. I am curious if, not to see, I'm just curious if you have one in your collection at the moment by the name of Dazel.
No.
Thank you.
Good question.
Real quick, Luke, give me a D10 roll, please.
Uh-oh.
Karma got another bullion package also, if you want to roll that.
Go ahead and roll
I
that.
already forgot the amount that. Right.
No,
Five.
you got another one
Thank you.
recently. There you go.
Cool. Total over. Awesome.
Here we go. Hang on.
You
I'm
find
gonna
a sacred finger of your dead great-grandfather.
post this in the chat. Kind of just like nervously rifling through your things, Raphael, you find a jagged copper shard warped by magic. When held and activated, the curio conjures a non-magical weapon of your choice.
Neat.
Bagpipes.
I have one like this.
Cool.
We are magical jagged copper shards.
My jagged copper
Thank
shard.
you, Queen Gore. Yeah, the curator turned to you, Cassius, and says,
No.
Thank you.
I'll stand with Vip as he's talking.
okay.
Oh, and
Real quick,
I
just
bardic
an
inspiration.
bless you, Father, in the name of Master P. Hey, good brother, what were you saying about the one soul to one? Did you have a certain one in mind other than Lam? Because I really can't make that deal with Lam. So I hope you have another one in mind.
Resplendent, either one.
I don't own Resplendent Soul either, sir.
Two.
Do you have the pink slip? Do you have the deed? Maybe I misjudged you. I'm sorry, but I don't own the S Corp or holdings in either one of them. I'm just saying. Okay. So, hello, your collectoredness.
In your mind, you hear,
Hello.
I'm Vic Maxworth, and this is Father Raphael.
Hello.
I like your art, and as a fellow collector myself, I'm wondering if you either like to buy, sell, or trade your art.
Those who receive invitations to view my works are permitted to offer trades.
Trade only, no purchases and no sales. Yes?
Only trades. 7 of you entered. I received 7 souls from Lam.
Okay.
I should note, not your souls.
Oh, okay.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Is extremely hospitable of you, your collectoredness.
Were they demon souls?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Actually, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I feel a lot better. All right, great.
Are you in search of specific art at this time, your collectoredness?
What do you have to offer me? And whom do you wish in return?
Good way. Yes, I see what you're talking about. We have a very strong liking for your regime art. Do you have a sticker price on that?
It is a vintage.
Just like an NFT or something.
a high quality piece of artwork. What do you have to offer in return? A barter, if you will.
Do you know what a slap chop is?
Yeah, bardic inspiration if it helps.
Ew. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not quite a knave of this land. I don't really know what you value. Could you possibly let me know
Souls
what you hold dear?
of great status. Souls who had a large impact on life. Souls who used their means for great good or great evil.
Okay. So storied souls.
These hold a particular value to me.
Pip is going to take a quick look back at everybody and just kind of read.
Storied souls, you say,
As he kind of looks at everybody.
Yes.
very interesting. You don't have a wish list or a greatest hits of ones you're hoping to acquire by chance? Maybe I've come across them in my travels, or
perhaps someone that has eluded your collection.
You do not currently possess any of the souls that I have on my wish list.
But if we...
correct.
Though some of your souls have a particularly higher value to me than others here standing before me.
Just out of curiosity.
You wish to know?
Yes.
I value this one.
They say, pointing at Cassius.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
His soul has already been removed from his body. It would be an easy transference.
Yep. Okay.
What about if we could promise you the soul of a demon known as the Sheen?
This would be a particularly high-value target, though you do not currently possess this soul. I do not deal in trades where I give out mine first. It is a one-on-one transaction. At the same time, should you procure the Sheen soul, you could bring it to me.
Very well. You'll have to forgive me. I'm somewhat of a novice when it comes to keeping demon souls and not sending them screaming back to hell. How would we, let's say, acquire such a soul and keep it contained in time to bring it back to you? Any assistance you could aid us with could ensure that we would return with a soul of equal value.
I could create a smaller, more mobile cage that you could use on this creature, though you would need to bring it to death. In that death, where its soul would normally transfer back into the hells, using the cage on your persons, it would instead be trapped within. You could then bring it to me.
Everything about this plan rules. Everything about this plan rules.
I have a question.
Yes.
Devils usually require some sort of deal or contract, right? For souls.
That's correct.
Then how did you obtain Razim's?
Sometimes there are certain means that I come across. Razim's soul was already on track to go to a place within the abyss known as Azarat. I instead procured it myself.
Azarat.
Would you happen to know what damned his soul to a place in the abyss like?
It was likely, from what I was able to assess through magical means, the minting process of this creature, the Sheen.
Oh wow, that's fucked up. That's super fucked up. So not only are they ripping their souls out, they're not keeping them. They're like fucking shunting them to hell. That's awful. Guys, I'm starting to think these demons are some pretty bad guys.
They're using their souls for something. That's why it was going to go to Azerat. The demons are using them to do something for, like, power something or something.
Yeah. They're collecting souls.
Or possibly to multiply their own numbers.
That.
Well,
May I pardon you another question or two, if that's all right?
Yes, I have plenty of time.
Hearing such about my own soul, do you happen to know, on our plane of existence, what my debt might be?
I do not.
oh,
And one other, I'm sure you know of dealings of a neutral pantheon, Joaquin. Have you dealt with her by chance, or know anybody who has dealt with her in the recent, 20 or 30 years?
I have not had any interactions with Joaquin, but am aware of her. This too would be a grand soul to bargain with, should you procure it and bring it to me.
Do you know anybody else who has been dealing with her?
No, I do not deal with the prime material. Only the collection of the souls that begin there.
Interesting.
Wait, is the plan for Razim's soul to go, where are we putting it?
oh well, nowhere right now. It's so. All right, here's the thing. We're gonna take the tiny little ghost sucker box, and we're gonna go kill us a fucking demon. And it's a demon called the Sheen, the big old Medusa that lives in the sun. You know, this is a sound plan, by the way. And we're gonna kill the Medusa sun demon, put it in the little ghost sucker box, take it back to Frog Boy here, and exchange it for my great-grandfather. Only in D&D would a sentence like that exist.
I was gonna say, that's a fucking and for the soul of my grandfather. Kicks it all off, I think.
Great-grandfather.
Okay.
No one has ever uttered that sentence in the entirety of the human race.
Dare I speak crazy when I say this? Maybe we're missing a bit of the point here. To take out such a being, there's 3 factions. Maybe there's a way to use all 3 to help.
This is a question for later, yes?
Yes, but it is a
Yes,
good
my
one, though.
apologies.
We should rely on the faction resources that we have once we return to home.
This I agree.
But
Well, we have a deal then?
I think if you would be so kind as to allow us to use this device of yours.
I will create such device and will send it to the material plane, to this LOM associate, and they shall trade it to you once you return. Please give me 3 days.
The demons didn't do anything to you when you took their soul. Is that right?
Are you speaking of the 7 I recently collected?
No, when you stole Razim's going to Azerat, they didn't come and try to get you?
I heard word that they were unhappy about this rerouting that I created to collect Razim's soul. However, they know better than to come here.
Are you at liberty to share the names of the 7?
I am not.
Fair enough. Again, I apologize for so many questions. One more, and I
Please
have said
say
my
as
piece.
long as you like.
It says, staring at the soul coin on your chest.
Two names, Lamira and Lamberto. Fortuna, do you happen to know if those souls are in your possession?
Oh, Cassius, don't go asking these kinds of questions.
Its eyes cover with that darkened, translucent set of skin before pulling back down.
They are not here.
Thank you.
You've been super kind and generous to us, your collectoredness. If we wanted to, say, have a dialogue with you in the future, do you have a preference on how we contact you?
You should likely use the same methods through your devil contact on the prime material. I do not speak to outsiders easily.
Can we just like staple a post-it note on a soul and be like, hey, we need to talk.
Why the hell is Raphael shaking his head? Lom just offered 7 demon souls to help us out here, and now you're doing deals with an archdevil.
Well, technically, I'm doing deals with an archdevil on his behalf.
An important technicality.
Yeah.
Big old bright sunshine hypocrite is what you are.
I represent all
Dare call me a hypocrite. You strumpet.
Hey, that's my trumpet client you're speaking.
All right.
Hold on, please.
You guys. The fight is out there, yes? Not in here.
Yeah.
That's right. We
Not in
have
here.
A Medusa and a sun to kill. And we'll be helping out Halcyon. It will no longer have a figurative sword of Damocles hanging above it.
Yeah, all of a sudden, now that it has something to do with you, you're willing to talk to all kinds of devils, aren't you?
I am already being very generous by agreeing to talk to them in the first place.
Let us speak of these matters on our own plane and not burden.
Oh,
Good call, good brother.
I'm chill. I'm fine.
I'm not!
You are, because we have a way to fix it.
Father, maybe you should tend to your ether.
I see this as
my laudanum.
a fair transaction. You will bring me the soul of this one known as the Sheen. It carries with it a high status, and has been imparted in the past with a piece of divinity from Joaquin. It will hold quite a value in my collection. In return, I shall trade you, upon the conference of the Sheen, with the soul of Razim through the soul cage that you will deliver the Sheen in. I will send this to Lam above. When the time comes, either you will return or send someone else to collect. The transaction will happen.
Oh, this isn't. No, come on.
This is good. This is very good.
This
We are sending a powerful demon back to the pits of hell.
But
It
if
matters not whether it's in a museum or a flaming pit somewhere.
If we don't get this demon, what happens, Curator?
Razim stays with me,
Oh, okay, all right. Never mind. I misheard it.
trapped in its soul cage.
Okay, we're good. We're good on that. Thank you.
It's
the
also
foreseeable
very
future.
painful. Well, I think I need to return to Halcyon. My blood pressure is spiking.
Yes, we should leave as soon as possible.
Do we have any final things we need to take care of here?
Pocket sand.
No, we don't know. There's no sanding of pockets anywhere.
Devil still have eyes back.
All right. Thank you, Curator, for your time and your deal.
Are you sure you do not want to offer any other trades? I have quite an assortment of souls.
Very tempting, but we must be on our way.
Unless you deal in Fey and Fey accessories, I really don't have much to offer you on my person.
I
Can
have
I-
plenty of Fae.
Oh God.
I know you do, but you're not really interested in fey dust or curios or
Only
any little
souls.
trinkets. Only souls. Yep. Fresh out. I'm so sorry. Kind of feel a little bit underprepared by not having enough souls to offer you your collectordness.
I do not understand, as you brought plenty with you, but I will allow you to leave.
Thank you.
Right. Well, I don't have more than what I brought, is what I'm saying. I don't have more to offer.
Tell him goodbye, please.
Let's go. Let's go. The talking is over.
We're gonna go. But thank you, and we will be in contact, as they say.
I will open a way out for you.
Oh, excellent.
Manif's like hanging out by the door already. Oh, great.
She found a sun spot.
It unblinkingly stares on at you as at the far end of the wall, the crystals begin to shift and a long, tunneled area forms, exiting out into a wispy smoke of the bog.
It was wonderful meeting you. Obese has got his arms wide, pushing everybody out.
I hope to see you all at some point again.
No sooner than we need to.
I think that went well. I didn't smite anything.
With that, you all push each other outside, hearing the sound of the crystalline form shifting outside of the museum, having created a deal with the curator to get the Sheen soul and deliver it to them in return for Raphael's great-grandfather. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, can we do a couple of rolls for these weeds before we do that, so we can just push past that next time?
Sure. Everyone besides Karma and Monifa, give me a perception check.
Please get
Oh, perception.
I still have bardic inspiration.
Survival, you could do that too.
I'll take perception. Fucking all day, I'll take perception.
Alloy, you find one.
Nice.
Obese, you find one. There's one left to find.
I had a 31 all day, if that changes anything.
Oof. And Vip.
Vip, you hunt around but aren't able to find one.
Oh, no. Oh, Vip's is a 22, actually, with my inspiration.
Nice.
Oh, well then Vip finds the last one.
Nice.
You guys have a bundle of 5 to return to Tindrin with.
I know what I'm spending my Pelor drugs on when I get back.
Right there with you.
To talk to your grandfather. Wink.
What is... Wait.
I don't know.
Not nice.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and joining us. Thank you, everyone, for all of those very gracious gifted subs. Thank you, Mystic. Thank you, Mousy. Thank you, Lazy. It was so nice, you guys. I really appreciate it. That was very awesome. If you enjoyed this content and want to check out more, make sure to check out our Twitch VODs here on the channel or over on YouTube. There's all of the previous episodes uploaded there. I know YouTube's a little easier to access, so go check that out. Make sure to go follow my Twitter because Monday we start that giveaway for this beautiful little Karma crochet. You want to get this. I know you do. You could be the proud owner of this. Beat out the party here because they're definitely going to probably try and enter and get this for themselves. So make sure to enter. Make sure and go check out Tisa's link to her Etsy shop so you can check that out too. Let me grab that real quick and post it. We have a YouTube. All of the socials is just GAWD_mode. Very similar to the Twitch here. And let me just grab this real quick. Also, Queen Gore, you won Alloy. So, I don't know that you were here at the beginning.
Queen Gore, take good care of her. She's baby.
Kick her.
No, don't listen to him.
So
I pat some whole chickens every day.
I'm going to have to get with you, get your address so I can send a cute little tabaxi artificer over your way. But I'll do that afterwards here. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure to follow the YouTube. I got an Instagram, Facebook, If you missed any of these episodes, we play them every Friday. If you enjoyed what you saw here, make sure and stop by next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll play some more. We also stream outside of our Friday nights. We've been playing a lot of Valheim, having fun. I also do a little bit of behind the scenes on Wednesdays, kind of showing you either my DM notes or just sort of projects for the Twitch channel here. And all of that content outside of the D&D, we've been playing Stream Raiders. So if you enjoy kind of some cooperative with the stream captain, me playing along with me on an auto RTS game, it's a lot of fun. Customize your armies with all kinds of cool different units and stuff like that. Make sure and come along and play with us. I'll be back tomorrow, Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time to play some more of the Haunted PS1 Demo Disc 2021. That's been a lot of fun for a new show bonus action where I just play random shit because there's too many itch.io games in my backlog and I want to stream them because they're super weird and fun. So make sure and check that out. Follow the channel if you enjoyed it and haven't already. As you are watching, even if you're just lurking, you're building up Twitch channel points that a lot of people use this session, so that was really great. Thank you all for making sure to toss some coins at the Witchers here and give some people some.
Don't forget there was a market volatility that came through.
Yes, I'm not going to forget. I'm going to add in that market volatility and see how that shakes things up, and we'll return next week and see what those results are. Thank you. I think that was from Mousy. Thank you, Mousy, for doing that. We're going to go ahead and call it here, but first let's just go see if either Mozzarella or Carney's Sideshow is on.
They are both online and streaming.
Okay, so I sent people over to Mozzarella last time, so let's zoom over to Carney's Sideshow and give them some love here. Let me see.
That market volatility is going to screw me over so bad. I just know it.
Right behind you on all the bets, so it's going to get us both.
All right.
Don't like it at all.
So thank you, everybody so much for stopping in and hanging out. Make sure and go check out the giveaway Monday so you can try and enter and get yourself a crochet critter of Karma, the tiefling bard. It's really cute. She's got a nice bust to her. These characters are so cute. I've been loving watching them start and come to fruition out of nothing. It's pretty crazy. We're gonna go ahead and raid Carney's Sideshow. They recently just did a one-shot that I was eventually maybe planning on running somewhere here in our games, but they did a one-shot written by James and Trasco, who did I think it's like Planet of the Trax. I'll have to look it up. Go check it out. It should be a recent stream of theirs. Basically, it's a level 20 adventure. Everyone just plays a level 20 character, and it's on a planet full of Tarrasques that can do all kinds of wild stuff, like shoot lasers out of their eyes and stuff like that. It's completely wild. I was able to stop in real quick and see some of it. They look like they had a ton of fun, so make sure and go hit them up. I'm going to go ahead and begin the raid here now. This countdown is going to go down, so thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Have a great, safe weekend. I'll be back tomorrow for a little bit of a stream. I got a Patreon, too. Go check that out if you are interested in learning more about this world and interacting with us here. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and play my outro, and then I'm going to switch us over. Goodbye, everybody!
And now let's look at another one of these. This is where we go into the Dungeon Master's Guide. Who is the Dungeon Master?
Well, the Dungeon Master is a person who plays God in the game. And he controls all the situations. In fact, the books tell him that he is the god of the game, and he controls the situations in the game, controls the way the players are moving through the dungeons, and then if he doesn't like someone, he can play pretty much against them.
Do you think parents are aware that when the children play the game, that demon spirits are involved?
I do not think that many parents are aware of what's inside the game. In fact, in my presentation, I show many pictures from the inside of the books, just to show the images of this game. I mean, the gruesomeness of this game and the occult link to it.
Well, I know that when I did my message, and this has happened, I have letter after letter where people took the pieces. Now, there's sixes involved in the pieces of the game, but they take the pieces of the game, they would throw them in the incinerator or the fireplace, and screams would come out because there seemed to be some kind of spiritual forces inhabiting those pieces, and children would drop out of life. They didn't want to study anymore. What are the pieces, for instance?
Well, this game affects the most intelligent of our children. And the pieces include white witches, wizards, necromancers, the clerics, that type of thing. It includes evil wizards. It's a white versus black witchcraft. The good versus evil is white versus black witchcraft. And Anton LaVey, the writer of the Satanist Bible, says there is no such thing as white witchcraft.
Well, being a Satan worshiper, he should know.
Yeah, he should know.